Space invader, turn the fader, off the radar. Out of the world like fireworks, light up the sky like jaw works. I'm right there where you are. Me and you go fly like superstar. Star, 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 me and you go fly like superstar. Star, star, star.
16 rhythms on a Malibu sky. Take it up to a level where it satisfies. Alright, well, alright. It just don't matter what the people say. There's enough real love for us anyway. Alright. 16 rhythms on a Malibu sky. Take it up to a level where it satisfies. Alright, well, alright.
electric running through my mind. Daylight slipping away, yeah. Feel ready to release that sound. Embrace this beautiful day. And I never knew I could feel like this. I'm alive with vibes so positive. So I smile easily. So I smile easily. Smile. So I smile. And I never knew I could feel like this. I'm alive with vibes so positive. So I smile easily. So I smile easily. Smile, smile. So I smile, smile, smile. So I smile, smile. And I never knew I could feel like this. And I never knew I could feel like this. And I never knew I could feel like this. I'm alive with vibes so positive. And I never knew I could feel like this. And I never knew I could feel like this. And I never knew I could feel like this. I'm alive with vibes so positive. Smile. So I smile. And I never knew I could feel like this. I'm alive with vibes so positive. So I smile easily. So I smile easily. Smile, smile. So I smile, smile, smile. I'm gonna hide away my heart, baby, gonna look you away. I'm gonna hide away my heart, baby, gonna look you away. Baby, gonna look you away. I'm gonna hide away my heart, baby, gonna look you away.
Welcome to Brawlhalla.
The Spring Championship is in full bloom. We've got doubles this weekend, kicking it off with Australia. I'm Duke, and joined with me is none other than Taza. How you feeling, Taza?
Feeling great, Duke. Excited to be able to see the region play in 2v2s here, especially this far into the bracket. We are already getting right into that top 8 winners side of the bracket, and it's going to be fun to see what's going to happen here as we are getting towards winners finals.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've watched some Australian action, but there's some names that are familiar. Of course, Doggo and Elsem, the favorite by a large margin of the region. Right behind them, Ket and Raigundas are playing, and they're obviously looking very, very good. There's still the names of Kyler Alice, but he's not alongside Wright this time. Instead, I believe he's picked up El Drago. Someone correct me, but it's not Wright.
Yes, and so we have been seeing this in some other regions with team changes and things like that, but that'll be exciting to see how they're going to be able to do up against the teams, like you said, it's Doggo and Elsem, who I personally just like looking at the data. It's like, okay, these are some pretty heavy favorites to take the entire thing. But with Ket and Raigundas coming in here as the lower seed are definitely there to make the upset if there's going to happen at all.
Yeah, the big thing here, though, is like, of course, we're leading into the midseason championship, Taza. So
that's right.
The teams that win here, they're not going to get a guaranteed flight to the midseason championship, but it gives them a lot of momentum in the 1v1s, which will be the thing that can help decide whether or not they're getting that flight for the midseason championship. So there's still a lot on the line, barring like the sheer amount of money that they'll get for winning.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. This is the last event that really decides that PR before it's decided who gets into it. So that'll be really exciting to see. I'm really looking forward to the Moonin that is being locked in for Elsem, because as a character that's only been recently, right? I guess it's not super recent, but with respect to the rest of the cast, we have not seen a lot of Moonin in competitive play, right? It's like you get released and then you can't play them right away, and then it's like, but everybody was preparing legends that were actually able to be used in brackets. So now we get around the point in time where it's like, okay, Moonin's been out long enough and is now tournament viable. We'll be able to see some of that gameplay. And if Elsem locks it in, that could be really fun to see in doubles, because as far as team compositions go in a double space, double Scythe is not what I am used to seeing, which is what they were currently hovering with the Fate Moonin.
It's definitely something that both Elsem and Doggo are strong with. Like, they both have really good Enchantress or Fate or what have you, right? They both have good Scythes and Orbs. It is interesting to think about the Moonin, especially because, like, again, Scythe not the most known in 2v2s, right? Grab moves in general make it a little bit difficult because you're only hitting one person, even if both stack up. And then you have something like Bow, something that takes up a whole lot of space. Doesn't really give you the things that, like, Lance would when you take up that space as well.
That's right. We can see on the other side, Raigundas locking in what I would just never be surprised by in any bracket, in any region. That's Bodvar. Right? Just hammer and sword, pretty standard. And then the Thor, or the Undertaker, epic crossover for Thor. Hammer and Orb was a staple in 2v2s for a good year and a half. Then his ridiculous recovering power got reined in a little bit, and I still actually think he's really good for the stat distribution and the weapons that you have. But the popularity has fallen out of place in 2v2s. But it's cool to be able to see that character play here. I mean, slight switch up from Moonin to Hugin. Yeah. Right?
Twins. They share the same moveset, but technically different names, Moonin and Hugin. I think it's kind of funny because you have two very different mentalities, right? You've got the red team right now, Doggo and Elsem. They're coming in with kind of this, I would almost say, like, more 1v1 friendly playstyle, right? More Scythe heavy. They want to take a lot of control with it. Whereas the other side, they're looking for that kind of 2v2, those quick impulses, those follow-ups. And it's kind of more classic to what we've seen in, like, North America and EU, where you're generally looking for that extra hit to just do as much as you can.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how the double Scythe plays out. You brought up a really good point that I don't think a lot of people think about, which is that when you're using the Scythe's active input moves like Nair or Down Air, you are only interacting with one person at a time. And there are different moves in Brawlhalla that will hit multiple players, sometimes up to 3 if you catch your teammate, or ones that will just prioritize one player at a time, which there's like a double-edged sword to that. In one case, you can really steer where your opponent is going that you're comboing and do probably some of the craziest 2v2 team combos imaginable. In the other case, you don't get as much off of that punish as if you were playing with literally any other weapon.
I am a fan of Scythe on one of the two people, because then you have one person who can do those nairs and get that the alternate input to really bring them back to the fight. But I still love having someone who hits hard as the other person. Bring in an axe, bring in a hammer, bring in a lance, bring in something that can swing and do some extra damage after they get pulled in.
Yes, and Fate isn't, while the hardest hitting Orb Legend, not exactly who I would consider being a hard hitter for that secondary pick, and neither would I consider the same for Hugin. But here we go, and game 1 on Shipwreck Falls here. Let's see how this plays out, as they are going in with that double sight that we were talking so much about, going up against the double hammer of Bodvar and the Undertaker. Game 1's underway, and Doggo's already taken a good amount of damage.
Yeah, and they're here in the winner's final. Winner of this goes into the grand finals, or at least on the bottom there it says winner's final, so I'm assuming that's where we're in the bracket.
Ooh, he went for the ground pound there. The very right.
Snap.
Oh,
Good
the
weapon.
side.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, he gravity
Wait, he
cancels
went
the
in.
neutral light, and I think Elsum saved Doggo there. There's a lot of craziness on the right side of the stage.
Ooh,
and the
good
side
turnaround.
air, there's that heavy-hitting move that you're looking for in the double space that just takes him off the right side of the stage. Doggo opening up with the most damage on him, goes down. But there goes Ragundus off the right side of the stage as well, and Ket could follow shortly afterwards.
Oh.
Beautiful dodge, but he can't make it back. He spent too much time attacking, not enough time drifting.
I do love the idea there that gravity cancel downlight for that extended range, then he just didn't follow up with the side air, but it was enough to deny the wall touch. Unfortunately, he got hit from behind as Ragundus came in, hit that sword side sig, but I love the thought process coming out.
We're seeing a little bit of that separation, the individual 1v1 mentality that you were talking about with the sights, where they're literally using the sight active input to keep them both off the side of the stage. Here, they're able to break through, get them all clustered on the right side, where I would give the weapon favor to the blue team in moments like this.
When you're stacking up like that, being able to hit everyone can be to your advantage. Right now, Doggo going to fall on the left side, and you see this is where that rotation comes in. Blue team wanting to get close, wanting to stack up.
Ooh, nice job pivoting around, gets the side light from Elsum, but the down tick gets punished by a good falling there from Ragundus. And the stomp went for the recovery, dodged a little too far down with that follow-up, and the stomp scoop from Ket's not going to get Elsum either. Side air finally might take down them, but Doggo on the other side of the stage keeps him distracted, and Elsum makes it back, and Ragundus might go down to one stock here.
Oh, but Elsum, okay, Elsum went really deep to try to follow up there. Ket on the left side, going to hang out for a little bit. A nice recovery, but some help from Elsum will keep Doggo alive. Doggo on that last stock would be critical if he fell.
Wait, Doggo?
Okay, you actually wanted to take out your teammate.
No, and Doggo's going to go down for that
Nope,
too?
the save.
No, okay, well, little crazy. There is like a part of my brain that is going, hey, he looked at Elsum's damage and said, you need to refresh your stock ASAP, otherwise I'm in trouble. Get out of here.
Just like say that. You don't have to give him a receipt, right? Like,
I'm like, anyways.
Nice side save.
And Ragundus are looking good right now. They can take down Doggo. That's 3 stocks to 1. I know that Ragundus is pretty damaged, but after that mishap on the right side of the stage, red team is in dire straits for this game 1.
Though they still have an opportunity here, right? If they take out Ragundus, oh no, now it's going to be very difficult. Doggo going to try to 1v2. If he can keep the blue team split, maybe has a chance, but one bad stack up, yeah, and a nair is going to take him out.
All right, game 1. Really well played by Ket and Ragundus. Little confused on what happened in the middle of that matchup.
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah, we talk about, okay, friendly fire, team damage, it's bound to happen in 2v2. We've seen the best teams do it over and over again. It is very strange when we see what looked like a very complicated conversion. You know, when you wall bounce off of a nair into a side air.
Into the air. You can get your you can hit your teammate. You'd be like, oh, there were other people nearby. Going for that extra Sair, that was like that was just your teammate.
Yeah, let's see.
The only one
let's see if that continues to happen going into the next game, because there was a significant momentum shift when that happened too. Doggo went down under the stage after that happened, had to literally hit Elsum again just to be able to get back to the stage. Stocks were lost. Ket and Ragundus were able to run away with it. Let's see what happens in game 2. Now we're on Shipwreck Falls, and we're going up with a 1-0 lead for the team that we were talking about being the underdog.
Well, they definitely still have that opportunity, right? They clearly have this mentality of split up the blue team, really try to take them apart and win out in their off stages separately, but the blue team doing a really good job trying to stack up, make sure they're staying close to help out. And there you see in that double hit, oh, he hits his teammate with the recovery though.
Ooh, nice recovery from Elsum. Went for the Nair and Ragundus. Doggo just comboing Ket in the meantime. Nice job. I mean, we talk about the Scythe only hit one person at a time. Doesn't exactly apply to Hugin's signatures. No. That was an amazing side sig. And now taking Ket off the stage, goes for the dodge to bait something up, but Ragundus gets the stomp sider on one side, the neutral on the other, separating the red team and trying to go for the knockout. can't quite get it, and everybody on the screen still has a stock there.
Oh,
Finally,
snap.
both sides. I think blue team's going to go down. No, the recovery makes it back. Doggo avoids the strong hit of that recovery, but man, I'm surprised that Ragundas is still on his third stock.
Yeah, really holding on to this stock for a
Whoa,
while,
Doggo.
but Cat's got to be careful. Offstage opportunity, Doggo really hunting for it, but Cat's going to take out his teammate with the help of a scythe toss, and now advantage to the red team.
Oh, but wait, that was it. I need to see a replay of that. It looked like
He
he
hit
hit it with
someone
friendly
else
fire,
and then got the swing,
And the
yeah.
swing is what got the knockout, which is like kind of awesome to see, and not something that I've seen too much with the Undertaker. But that was great. Nice recovery. Could go for the weapon throw, ground pound, but no, can't quite get it. And the scythe strings coming out from Elsem here have been getting a lot of mileage this game when it comes to just raw damage.
We're seeing both sides on the red team level up. They're getting more and more extended strings. A fantastic gravity cancel side stick mid-string from Ket to make sure that he stops putting out that damage onto Elsem.
Yeah, Elsem now has to stop Doggo from taking too much more damage here. Ragundas on a really early last stock, despite surviving as long as he did on that first stock. Ket goes for the nair, but
they were
that
high.
nair was not quite enough, but the double knockout comes in from Ragundas, and he makes up for that stock going down early, and the blue team takes the lead once again.
And this is one of those things that we're talking about with the Undertaker, with that Thor. Very often when you see it in twos, it is one of the most surviving characters on the screen.
Yep. Yeah, it just functions as that stock tank. Such high defense. You get that hammer that is such a staple weapon in 2v2s, and then the survivability comes in with the orb interesting as well. And look at that, two-sider
Oh
side
my
stick.
goodness.
Did he just take down Doggo completely? Oh no, the weapon
Almost.
throw gets it. And Ragundas risks his last stock there trying to take Doggo down, and Ket goes down on the other side. Now he has to be careful surviving here, avoiding everything, but that neutral light leaves him open to be punished by Doggo's scythe.
And there you're seeing that side play, right? Able to drag in Raigundas and then a follow-up from Elsem. Unfortunate that it didn't lead to a knockout because that would have been huge given the opportunity. There it is. And now it's a 1v2.
Sider's coming through. Elsem dash jumps forward. Nair comes through. Sidelight Sider from Ket in the 1v2 is boxing both players away. Hammer picked up. Stops there. Oh, he hesitated. He hesitated on the true combo that could have won him this game. Can he get another one? He does. He
Okay.
finds one side air, and now this matchup, Duke, is so much more winnable for Ket. I mean, that dropping a D-Light side air is pretty rough, but hey, he still got the knockout.
Yeah, he just, you know what? He wanted to take out Elsem first, but Doggo, we've seen again and again that off-stage scythe. Great spot dodge inside of that Sair, but a stomp side air off-stage.
Weapon throw.
One last chance for
He has a
Doggo.
dodge. Oh, he went for the slide
Oh!
charge down sig, and he actually gets him with the backswing, and that's the stock. Ket gets the 1v2 comeback with 829 damage, doubling his teammates' damage at 420. What an amazing performance coming out from Ket.
Dude, the active frames on that down heavy from Ket, it was such a good idea to go in. Because again,
I thought
long
it was-
active frames and it goes around. I thought it was done.
I thought it was not a good idea, right? And then I looked at that, and I realized what he was covering. He was covering
outside and inside.
Yeah, he was covering him falling off of the push-off columns,
Yeah.
right? So just something that players will do a lot is they will touch the side of the wall, and then they will immediately push off just because, I don't know, they thought they were trying to avoid a ground pound that covered the side of the stage, whatever have you. He covered everything with it. And he did the spacing just right when he began slide charging it, that he was able to do that. Because if he slide charged it a little bit too far,
Yeah, then you could have gone
you
on
would
the
have gone
inside and gone
past
on the
it.
wall.
Yeah. So that was awesome. And that was, mind you, a 1v2 comeback after Ragundas went down super early on. So well played by Ket. And now Doggo's looking at that, and they're just kind of like, screw the scythe. We've got,
All right, we got it. We can
two
do the
hammers
same.
and an axe. So yeah, it brings out Thor, and Elsem goes over onto Teros.
Yeah, we've got multiple hammers on the screen, or at least the opportunity for it. Raigunda's just a little low for the follow-up, but he does save Ket. Can Ket get the trade out? No, doesn't find the hit.
Elsem's the one at most risk of losing the stock here. Ragundas goes out for the recovery, stops Doggo from getting him, and the scoop from Elsem means it's a 6-4 stock lead in Game 3, as Ragundas and Ket are trying to stabilize and start making it happen. Nice stomp side air. Let's see if Ket can get it on Doggo as well. Doggo needs a lot more damage, though, before stomp Sair will take care of the stock.
Super minor thing, but Doggo's ground pound right before landing to try to stall out, make sure he doesn't go low enough for a downlight was really, really good for keeping this stock alive. And now he's going to go for the follow-up, doesn't hit the side light.
Ooh, Elsem really going in with the axe. Went for the gravity cancel sidelight to extend.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I respect it. I think Doggo
Yeah.
is like,
Oh,
this stock's
snap.
almost gone. He went for the trade, didn't quite get it. It only went down to 2 stocks because of it.
Yeah, I mean, that stock was red. It was on its way out. It's okay to go for one of those riskier plays. Right now, it's Elsem who's in trouble.
The weapon throw may have actually saved Ragundus from going down early because that ground pound, I did not really agree with how much he was committing to it. It stopped him in the middle of it, and then he was able to go for a further edge guard. Elsem being bounced around as Doggo's being put into this 1v2. Sure, he is the healthiest on the screen, but if Elsem keeps getting knocked back like this and he's forcing the 1v2, he could be taking a lot of damage pretty quickly.
Definitely a real possibility right now. I'm watching Elsem, though. He's been in the red for a while. Over on the right side, okay, I love the play from the red team, right? They split the blue team and immediately go for the power play. That's something very specific to Shipwreck. Oh, wow.
Nicely done with the side sig. Oh my goodness, goes forward and back, and what do you know? It's Elsem going down to Doggo there onto his last stock. And they're trying to take down Doggo as well. A strategy here, we talked about this before, you just focus on the player that has the least amount of stocks when trying to make a comeback, because the blue team really needs to make a comeback. This is they've been in the lead all throughout the set, but after this legend swap from the red team, it's been pretty tough for Ket to make anything happen as he goes down to that recovery.
Yeah, a fantastic stomp into the recovery, and now Raigundas has to do this 1v2. Could potentially take out Doggo. Oh, wow. Wow, he's getting so much extra for that.
Yeah. Recovery comes through. Nice D-line recovery. Actually takes Doggo down. All right, Elsem really trying to show off the hammer there. Doesn't quite get it, though. The recovery comes through, and I mean, you can tell. I say show off because these are like wild options that he's doing off of recovery and down air. Wait, Doggo?
It's okay. Elsem's still able to get the wall touch. You see Doggo hanging around, trying to go for the Russian Mafia, but man, Raigundas is so damaged.
Oh, no, right? He is pretty damaged. The sider gets him, but there are some serious moments with these two where I'm like, if Elsem goes down here, you could lose.
There was a moment where Red Team was like, okay, maybe we're playing around a little too much. They were definitely going for some style. We saw, I think it was Elsem going for like a double recovery where he hit like stomp recovery and went for a chase dodge down second recovery. He was doing like some delays into recoveries, like really just trying to get some sort of Russian Mafia.
Yeah. Well, none of them connected. They still got that win, and the switch is really doing well for them as we're going to be going on to game number 4, back to Shipwreck once again. Shipwreck this entire set so far.
Yep. Shipwreck, I mean, it's a good map for the way that they want to play, right? They don't want platforms in the way. They want to make sure that they can go for those power plays on both sides. They're just trying to go for those quick 2v1s whenever they can.
All right, and here we are. Shipwreck once again. Let's see. Weapons spawn in. Raigundas does pick up the sword. Falls through, and Ket with the orb is trying to get some damage on the Doggo. Last time, Doggo did such a great job surviving that Elsem could really play pretty recklessly and get away with it just because of how much of a lead that they had at the beginning of this matchup. So let's see if Ket and Raigundas can do anything about it, because so far, Elsem is taking a lot of damage, and the blue team seems to be surviving a lot better.
Yeah, one thing you don't really want to do is let a Taros run wild on your side. And you see in Doggo, great interrupt there. Got that stomp on Raigundas, who's definitely looking for the edge guard. Follow-up from Raigundas, but Doggo trying to trade it out. Goes for a mix-up there.
Oh, and he gets punished with the side stick. Raigundas went for a second one, though, and Doggo gets a double Sair punish. 2 hammers in hand here. He tries to go for the alley-oop, but the neutral light sends him up. Raigundas gets punished as a result, and Ket is just trying to get some more Sairs in here as Elsem surviving and getting to stock with the side sig. Okay.
Okay, trying to set him up with the weapon toss. Okay, Elsem.
Elsem is.
And it works out.
Yep, sometimes just seeing all enemies on the screen as an enemy.
I mean, it's a Taros. He's seeing red. Right now, it's his teammate. Oh, a great orb toss.
Doggo's going to go for it.
He hit him. He hit him up. He saved him.
That is honestly one of the coolest saves I've ever seen, because I was like, how are you going to make this work without just throwing away everything?
Without just murdering your teammate and yourself.
And the way that he did is he positioned him with the neutral air, made sure that he had enough in case the recovery didn't work, and then hit him with the recovery afterwards. It was awesome. Shipwreck, a little difficult to make it back after then, and we're seeing the result of that. Both their stocks went down anyways, and Doggo has taken a ton of damage.
But all things considered, relatively even, not too bad. I love the idea of that at the very least. Elsem getting greedy, though. I think Elsem's really feeling good right now because he is willing to play these off stages.
Yeah, he's sweating in a lot of situations where he barely just touches.
Oh, snap.
Ooh, sidelight, side air, hitting both of them in the side signature. The weapon throw gets him off the dodge. Doggo's gone, and that stomps Sairs the double knockout for Raigundas as they are now up 4-2 in this match point game.
And now the red team is on elimination point. If the blue team takes out these final 2 stocks, could see the red team going down to the elimination bracket. We did see Elsem hit a stomp and then a side light. He didn't go for the side air despite Ket being in the red.
Oh, weapon picked up, goes for the stomp, recovery hits, Doggo goes back to the stage, and look at that. Elsem really traveling across the stage. He touched. That was so close, though. I was surprised that Doggo didn't stay around to save him, but he must have communicated that because, man, it looked like he was going to go down. And now they're trying to get the 1v2 combo onto Raigundas before he can land. It is so tough. Between the Orb Nairs and the Hammer Nairs, perfectly synced, there was just no way he could get back down.
Just a wall of Nairs. He took a decent amount of damage there, but still, blue team looking strong, especially with Doggo out on the left side. Blue team could close.
I thought we were going to give it back. Okay.
Yeah.
He gets the edge guard, the side take on the right side of the stage. Elsum has to make it back in a 1v2. Weapon throw hits him. He goes for the dive kick. Slide charge misses. Recovery hits. And Elsum just trying to get back to the stage. That dodge was beautiful. I thought that orb was going to take him out, but no, he's still living. But this could be the game for the underdogs here. Weapon throw comes down. Slide kicks. Elsum still surviving, but how long, Duke? How long can he make it work?
The big thing is he's not getting any damage. He has no weapons. Like, he's just sitting on the side, taking hit after hit, and that's going to be the final one. Ket and Raigundas go into the grand finals.
Well, play coming out from Ket and Raigundas, and I was surprised. I was looking at that legend swap as they were like, okay, this is the double scythe. We're really trying to make this work as our team dynamic, and then if it doesn't work, we'll bring out some things that we know we can play individually. But after one game, Ket and Raigundas just ran away with it, and it was a fantastic 3-1 performance.
I love that Ket and Raigundas were able to stop Doggo and Elsum from creating this narrative that, like, oh, we have to play heavy weapons, right? You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Like, there was definitely this
You're
mentality
what
where
I was thinking.
Doggo and Elsum were like, all right, we're going to do it too, and we're going to win, and it's fine.
And then I looked at it like, I was like, is this going to be like a battle of the fundamentals? But no, not the case there. Yeah, very well played. I'm interested to see how they're going to be doing in the lower bracket now because we are going to be going there ourselves, or the elimination bracket. We're going into the elimination bracket to see what who their opponents are going to be because they're not going to be playing against somebody right away. They're going down into the finals there in the elimination bracket, and then we're going to be seeing who's going to be getting up there in semis and in quarters. So will be fun to see. We got the bracket right behind us when it comes to the teams that are paired together.
Eldrake, that's who Kyler Alice is teamed up with. On the other side, Goddess and Amaze, two more names that we're familiar with in the Australian scene, two very strong players. And currently, seeing a lot of Vectors hovered, it's because there's potential for at least one to actually be played.
Yeah. Oh, but and then the last one that's hovered in as a Bryn is breaking the this energy there.
Goddess said nah.
Yeah, we get to see a bunch of Vectors over there. I love watching Vector be played. Do I expect it to be played in 2v2s for more than one game? Not really, but it would be fun to see because Bo has been very popular lately, and Lance has actually only been getting buffs as of late. So we've been seeing a lot more success from Lance when it's being played, yet I still feel like it's taking some time for all regions to really get back to liking the weapon again.
I know, like, Europe is loving the Ulgrim, right? But overall,
when
it's
they
still
not
like,
love the Ulgrim?
Yeah.
They love the Ulgrim.
You're
back
just like, okay,
when,
that's Europe.
Back when Sparky was proclaiming that Ulgrim was literally the bottom tier character in the game, they still love the Ulgrim, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, it's always been the case over there. But over here, well, we'll see. I'd love these Vectors to stay locked in. He's definitely got probably one of the highest tier lock-in animations.
It's pretty
in
cool.
The game.
There's a whole airplane. And there's 3 different ones right now. I don't expect Kyler Alice to stick with it. I mean, Kyler Alice famously has won a tournament-changing characters every single set, but he also is a really good Bodvar and a really good Taros. He can just kind of pick some good characters.
Yeah, and he plays, and the characters that he has mained throughout his career tend to be pretty staple picks in a 2v2 space as well, which you just said, Taros and Bodvar and so on and so forth. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see as we're getting ready for this matchup that's coming up, which is either a quarterfinal or a semifinal matchup. I'm trying to remember which one it exactly is, but we'll find out in a little bit. But we do know that it's an elimination match, and it's on its way to fight against Doggo and Elsum, who many were expecting to be on the winner's side of grand finals and are now down here in the elimination bracket.
I mean, yeah, we're down here on the lower side of the elimination bracket, which means that anyone who gets knocked out here is knocked out of the tournament. They are eliminated, hence the elimination bracket.
That's absolutely right.
That's how language works.
That is exactly how language works. You know, I keep looking at this Vector loading screen situation. I went, wow, Duke, you know, there's a lot of customization because the lance that you pick actually decides the frame of
they're
your
running
ship.
it.
Wait, they are? Check out Amaze's Vector actually coming out with like the back side of the lance with like the waves. That's actually really cool. So, yeah, you could actually set up so many different. Wow, look at this.
Yeah, I'm a personal fan of the PB lance, that like banana guard, just because I think it looks funny. But the Orion from the Battle Pass, that lance is a really good lance as well.
Yeah, it's a wonderful lance. I think you're talking I'm trying to think of what Lancer you're talking about.
Orion Prime, I think.
No. Before that, the one that you said
Oh,
was really
it's the
fun.
banana guard.
Oh,
It's just a little
Princess
yellow
Bubblegum?
dude. Yeah.
Oh,
Princess Bubblegum.
yeah. Okay.
With
man.
like chocolate on his head.
We've got some really funny land skins. That's right. Okay, here we go. So we have, am I counting this right? 3 vectors on
Three
the screen
vectors
and a brain. Okay. Well, Mammoth Fortress, a much different stage than what we just played on. This Kyler
Kyler's
Alice
out.
is literally flying out to the right side of the stage. Didn't quite get to see his setup there with the lance just yet because his stock was just deleted. And now, if Eldrake is not careful, he could be going down 2.
Yeah, I mean, the hard thing here for Kyler Alice and Eldrake is, like, Amaze is one of the premier vectors in the region, right? Like, if anyone is known for playing Vector in Australia, it's Amaze. And right now, they're trying to beat out Amaze in the Vector battle.
Yeah, and I would say failing. That is what's happening right now, because we see Kyler Alice over here with the bow trying to make usage of the down signature. Is not working out quite well for them, and Amaze has really been giving a run for their money on the bow here on Vector. Gets the Nair on one side, downer on the other, downlight recovery. It's actually been a lot of Amaze here with guys playing that support. Let's see what guys can do with the spear. Oh, I thought the neutralite was going to hit.
It almost did.
But it didn't quite come through. And for the first time in a bit, Red Team's got control over center stage. Nice job with the side air, stopping the down sig from Amaze. But here they are back onto the stage, and that down sig. Let me tell you something, Duke. That's a move that we only talk about, but we wish Vectors used. We don't actually want to see Vectors used.
Dude, I love a Vector that'll use some lands down 6.
Yeah.
Amaze with the mix-up, though. A sidelight, chase dodge, turnaround, recovery. Actually catches Kyler Alice off guard, and great follow-up there to get some more damage.
Almost great follow-up,
Yeah.
except that the
Couldn't
recovery
hit
didn't
after
hit.
it.
The sidelight was a great catch for the alley-oop, but nothing followed afterwards. It's pretty tough on Lance, especially on that high amount of damage, but Goddess makes up for it with the Dealight side air off the right side of the stage, and the team combo into Kyler will put him right into yellow at the beginning of this matchup. Nicely done.
It's so crazy because Amaze is like drawing all this attention, but Goddess is doing some fantastic offstage. Kyler Alice's first stock was literally a loss to Goddess in the offstage spear.
I like literally in preparation for this match, Amaze was kind of like, okay, how do I swag the most with my Vector setup?
Oh, snap!
Let's
the
go.
end sig to finish off Kyler Alice and end his run here in
Another
game number
neutral
1.
sig hits at Goddess. Let's see if they can get a setup here. Nair comes through, recovery hits as well. If Eldrake comes back to the center of the stage, let's see the neutralite hits. Okay, all right, neutral signature. You know, the Vector neutral signature,
okay. Little cross lines
interesting.
there, but you know what? It works out. They still clean it up.
4 stocks.
4 stocks.
Yeah, 4 stocks.
That's a lot of stocks.
That's a lot of stocks to take. And look at that. We were focusing on Amaze because that 715 damage is a pretty high number.
It's a
when
big
it comes,
numby.
Yeah.
Some might say. That numby is quite big, and you can see why. Look at these replays coming out from Amaze. Even like that wake up down signature just catching Elsum off guard.
Oh man, you can see the neutral sig there hitting.
Yeah.
And the neutral sig gets them on the way back there. Goddess and Amaze both covering around the same things. Let's see what happens here going into game number 2. I would be surprised if we locked in the double Vector again.
Agreed.
But, and I'm already seeing, as you were talking about earlier,
One
that
less
Taros.
Vector.
Yeah, that Taros coming up from Kyler Alice is what we were really looking forward to seeing in this 2v2 space. So Amaze definitely proving, their Vector the best. Now we have double Taros coming out for the red team, and this could be a lot scarier. I personally give Axe a lot of favor in the Lance matchup when it comes to just being able to stop a lot of what Lance wants to do with a simple sidelight. Like if you space well enough in that matchup, you can get a lot more mileage off of things like that. So let's see how this goes here in game 2 as blue team has the lead in the set 1-0.
Interestingly enough, the red team sticking with the doubles idea, right? Like they want to just be running the same characters, but right now they're already behind. Eldrake taking a lot of damage right off the start.
Falling Cider coming out from Kyler Ellis. Oh, I love the usage of the signatures coming out from Amaze there. Goes in for the side signature, not quite going to hit. And I'm actually surprised that Eldrake went down there. Now the recovery hits, that's stuff recovery, that's it. Kyler Alice is out of there, and this is looking really similar to the last game. It's nice job. Oh man, that's all Amaze.
Amaze is just bullying everyone.
It kind of. I'm like, at this point, if Amaze used the Vector down sig on Lance, I'd be like, okay, it's
I get
genius.
it. I respect it.
Bo's back here. Down sig is pretty good in a position where they have both of their opponents on either side. Let's see, side sig hits. Can get it. No, Cider comes through. The double knockout from Kyler Ellis will actually even up the game pretty quickly.
Yeah, Goddess coming in. This is not as big of a lead as the blue team had in the last one. They were able to lap early on, but Eldrake, he's the target for the blue team. You can see how much damage they've already put in, and the side sig connects.
Snipe for the side sig. Let's see, Sidelight, Nair, recovery, Kyler sweating, gets back to the stage. Cider comes out from a maze, down like gravity canceled, hits both of the opponents. Such great play with the Vector, and Goddess keeping Kyler Alice off the right side of the stage. Can't you get to this knockout here? Ground pound comes down, very edge of the knockout comes through, and Amaze tries to get the snipe with the neutral sig afterwards, but no need. Goddess has it covered with the recovery, and it is now 4 stocks to 1, even quicker than the double Vector. That's not what I was expecting.
It looked like it was going to be a little bit more even, and then suddenly the blue team turned on the gas, and they were just running away. 4 stocks left to the 1 of the red team. Kyler Alice, can he at least take another off the blue team?
Well, after several axe nairs, I'm going to say the chances are not high.
They're dwindling.
Another nair hits, another nair could come through, dodge that one. I mean, Kyler Alice is dodging some attacks, but you need to do more than dodge to win in a 1v2, and with this much of a stock differential, okay, Maze really sliding out there. What the Sarah to the knockback? Okay,
that's a lot of damage.
That was, yeah, I know, 602, not quite as high as the 715 from the last game. And May is still really carrying a lot of the weight, but Goddess playing such a great support to this playstyle that is absolutely unique when it comes to Brawlhalla's 2s, right? Just having Vector locked in at all, let alone being able to utilize the signature kit, which a lot of players frown upon compared to a lot of other Lance Legends, is really awesome to see. And the way that Side Sig and Neutral Sig is being used is awesome to me because it's doubling up as a repositional tool as well as a knockout tool with how the Neutral Sig is being used either to catch players out of the air or the side sig almost to catch people after a string has ended.
Yeah, I love the way that Amaze is like mixing up the targets as well, right? Like went in, threw in that side sig while mid-fight with Kyler Alice to take out Eldrake.
Yeah, and sometimes some friendly fire will happen, but it's like worth it.
It's like worth it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's objectively worth it when you get a knockout on your opponent and not your teammate. And in cases like that can really catch some people off surprise if you think that you're safe because you're stacked with one of your opponents.
And right now already just starting to put the hurt onto Eldrake again. We see Kyler Alice with the 3rd character swap here in the 2v2 space. It's going to be over to the Ember crossover.
That's right. So we could be expecting some. Goes over for the neutral light.
Can save? Oh, wait, you're just taking team damage.
Ground pound. Cider hits. No recovery. Kyler is just getting.
Sweat beats.
I mean, the blue team, I know in my heart knew that they did not have to be out there, but they were like, we're winning so hard, we're going to win even harder. And because of that, Kyler, gets some extra damage in before going down to 2 stocks. Amaze only won with a 3 stocks left on the field, but that's like exactly what you're looking for.
And I love a second ago, the down sig to take out Kyler Alice's stock. It was definitely like an anti-Qatar read, right? Just went for the fast fall down sig, cover both sides. Kyler Alice just trying to stick to his routes, did a down air into it, and he's going to take out his teammate almost with that end sig.
Oh, that neutral sig, however, does take down Eldrake, and now the team combo. Okay. Went for the side sig a little bit early on. Nair hits, side light comes through, side air. Is that not even enough?
No.
Is Amaze going to make it back? Down air avoided. Goddess on the right side of the stage, but man, Amaze finally goes down to the neutral signature.
Oh man, that bow toss from deep from Kyler Alice actually puts Goddess in a bad spot, and Amaze goes over, tries to help out, doesn't really need to, and Goddess is good. Yeah.
Kyler goes with the side light kicked away. Down airs from Amaze. Oh, neutral signature was started. Side air will catch, but no knockouts just yet. And oh man, Kyler, okay, down sig used. Not quite. The way that the down signature was used was actually very significant to me, even though it didn't work, which was that because of where it was gravity canceled, the height was different than if they just used it on the ground.
Yeah.
But here we go. Who's going to get this next stock?
Oh, Snap caught them both with the side air. Red team off stage.
That was down sig time. It was down sig time there. What are you doing? Side signature. Was it going to hit anybody? Okay, Kyler just misses the edge with the ground pound there. May's still living. Goddess, however. Okay, finally. You know, on Shipwreck, this is not the kind of stage where I expect to see this much damage on the screen, but here we are, 4 stocks to 1 once again, and Kyler's like, oh man, what do I have to do to bring this one back?
Well, it's going to take a borderline miracle because, oh, Snap, even the end sig hit.
The neutral sig hit. Amaze can do it all.
Yep. We've seen almost every sig connect, but one in particular has not.
That's right. You have an opportunity, Amaze.
One sig hasn't
They're standing
hit.
right on the weapon. Nope.
Doesn't need it.
Oh.
Oh, Snap. All right, blue team having some
Wait.
fun with it, but they're throwing away some stocks.
That's literally throwing away some stocks there. Yeah, ground pound hits a Kyle Alice is like, okay, get the bow ground pound. Down sig, I mean, that's pretty powerful too. All right, Amaze, that's down signature is the move we're talking about, but you need the lance.
You need a lance.
Oh, holding down and the heavy butt. Oh, opportunity.
Yep,
No!
the side air. Didn't hit the down sig.
Hit the
It's
down
okay.
sig, but it's a 3-0.
There's still more time.
There is more time. I should be celebrating that because the damage number was the highest for Amaze all set, 816, increasing that by 101 from their best score in game number 1 to be able to take that win over Kyler Alice and Eldrake. And man, that was pretty convincing. I mean, the double vector, at first I thought they were like, okay, are they just flexing on them because they're that much better? But no, that wasn't the case. Amaze and Goddess are just well deserving of that matchup. That lower quarters elimination matchup is now in favor of Amaze and Goddess as they did not get eliminated. Kyler Alice and Eldrake go down, and they move forward to fight against the winner of the next matchup that we're going to be seeing.
A clean 3-0 in favor of Amaze and Goddess. I mean, Kyler Alice and Eldrake, they put up a good fight. They were definitely trying to find the answer, but throughout most of that was just the Amaze and Goddess show. They were
The best matchup was actually the double vector. I think it was the only one that they didn't get 4-stocked in. Well,
no,
that last matchup was technically a 2-stock, but like.
Asterisk.
You decide at home.
Hey, you know what? The numbers don't lie, right?
Yeah,
They still
that's
had.
true.
They had 2 stocks.
Objectively, it was a 2-stock.
That's how numbers work.
That is how numbers work.
But still, great damage being put out from Amaze and Goddess. I love that Amaze is able to put out all this damage, but at the same time, it's not like Goddess is doing nothing. Goddess is still coming out there, taking stocks. Again, we saw Goddess win out multiple edge guards against Kyler Alice, something that isn't easy to do. That's a world champion. That's someone who is a constant representative of the Australian region.
Yeah. You say it's not easy to do. My favorite thing about competition, Duke, is that these players will make it look easy to do.
Yeah.
So from time to time. And that's how high of a level that Amaze is playing in the region at the moment, and that's really cool to see. I'm looking forward to when Vector is like above Caspian status.
What does that mean?
It means exactly what it sounds like.
In what tier list are you talking? Because Vector is high on my tier list.
Played competitively.
Emotionally.
Played competitively.
Okay. Because I equate the emotional status that people have for Vector to Rayman, where people just see that character and go, yes, I'm rooting for that person right now. I don't care. I'm rooting for that.
Didn't Rayman lose that like 6 months ago?
A little bit, yeah. Rayman got too popular, and everyone's like, all right,
dude, there was a time. Because even on release, I really felt like Rayman was a super great character, and I've had this anecdote a few times on desk where I'm like, okay, Rayman, awesome character, but Gauntlets and Axe players are literally the furthest away from each other, so the character's never going to get played. And what do you know? It literally took like a year and a half of Rayman silently getting buffed over like several balance patches and completely new players in the pro scene to even have the character show up, right? Like, because before in other regions like Snowy, it's like or even Godly, Rayman wasn't really being played by any of the top players at the time. It took literally new players to bring him out. And now he's kind of like, we've seen enough.
Yeah,
but
good.
Vector, emotionally, as you said,
now it's time for
we're not
Vector.
good.
Vector's
It's time for Vector.
the new hotness.
Yeah.
And then after that, maybe it'll be Jiro. I know there's a bunch of Jiro hitters out there.
I don't think it'll ever be Jiro.
Wow. Wow, you
It
just
just-
really shut that one down.
I'm
We're supposed to yes and. Taza.
You can only ask so much of me, Duke.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
and the Jiro
I'm being
is
really
like,
demanding here.
Phazon already did it. It's too late. It's too late. Jiro has like already been like, okay, Phazon. Once Phazon beat Sandstorm with it that one time in Winter Championship like 3 years ago.
They've been riding that high for a while. Yeah, we're good.
We've had enough.
All right,
We
cross
don't
that
need
one off
Jiro
the list.
anymore.
Okay, while we wait, because we still have to find out who is going to be challenging who. What legend would be that thing for you that, like, I know what your main is, and that's not what I'm asking for. What's the one, like, kind of sleeper legend pick that, like, if someone picked it, you'd be like, that. I want that.
I have to think about that for a while.
Yeah, you can look
It's
at
probably
the roster
it's
right
probably
there.
Mako.
Yeah?
Because I think the only player that's ever really given Mako a shot was Wrenched. And I feel like it was almost out of like an obligation to play the character because it was like a new
Katars.
legend. Yeah.
Okay.
And in a similar sense, I think Katars and Greatsword are actually pretty oddball weapons when paired together, kind of like how Rayman is. I'm really leaping there. I don't think it's as crazy.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. We haven't really seen anybody do anything with Greatsword besides Magyar, and I think that Magyar is mostly picked for the hammer.
We still see Jay Yuns.
That's true. But Jagan's signature kit is like crazy.
That NSIG can be good. But it looks like we found our competitors. Amaze
let's
and
go.
Goddess going to be challenged by Cheeseface and Dummy to see who is going to continue on and who's going to get eliminated here. This is the semifinal elimination.
Now, if you were going to ask me about a legend that I would never expect to be in that situation, that is Azoth, right? Because Azoth is weird. He is picked by a very select few of players throughout Brawlhalla history always. There's always been that one player in every region who's like, you're that Azoth guy.
You're the Azoth man in the region.
And what are you going to do? You're going to gravity cancel side sig and down sig at the side of the stage and somehow knock out every player no matter how good they are. And we're going to see that coming out from
snap.
Cheeseface
Was that
in
a
this
team
game
combo
too.
into the Lance down sig?
It was.
Holy cow, blue team pulling out new stops as the sets progress.
Oh, and Dummy now picking up the axe. He got double axe for the red team. Silent Nair with the cider, but no jump means that the neutral sig is going to have to suffice for Cheeseface as they're trying to get that first stock here. But, ooh, all right, he does take down a Maze. Return knockout onto Cheeseface. That means I think Bo is prime for Cheeseface. I'm really, we've already saw a lot of axe signatures, but now it's time, dude. It's time for side sig.
Time for some bow stuff, but a good
Here he
side
is in
air
a
from
1v2.
Amaze.
What do? Gravity cancel?
No, chill.
Oh,
Take a nap. You're waiting for your teammate. You
That's
don't want to get
you're
caught.
Right, you're right. You're absolutely right. And that was the play to make there. As Amaze now with the Lance avoids one signature, gets the Sarah punish. Cheeseface on the left side of the stage, putting up the down airs, gets a recovery to Nair. Nice team combo, but interrupted by Goddess, who was the only one with 3 stocks on the field. Although that may not be long as that side sig's coming through. Another one's coming for it. No. Ground pound. I actually like the ground pound, and the response from Amaze was even better.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Goddess was able to convert that into a downlight side air off of kind of a wild ground pound is just some great reactions coming out from the blue team, and they've got the health advantage.
Deal recovery from Amaze is not enough to knock out Cheeseface here. Downer comes through. Weapon throw upwards. Cheeseface picks up the same axe they threw away. Let's see what he can be able to do. That was such an awesome falling down air, and no way. You are...
Tragedy occurs as Cheeseface falls on the right side, and Dummy gonna get taken out on the left side. Amaze in the red, though. Red team not out of this one yet, but Goddess has just been extending the lead for the blue team.
I really enjoy walk-off pivot dare.
Yeah.
Because it is such a great option for covering the ledge. It's just a shame that Cheeseface ended up losing their stock over that.
They pivoted a little too hard on that.
Yeah, I guess so. Recovery from Amaze comes through, and Goddess has been doing a phenomenal job of when Amaze gets recoveries on the bow, coming back to the stage, following up underneath with either a spear nair or recovery. I've really been enjoying watching these two play together, and that recovery means Cheeseface is just out of there. Weapon throw forward to the down sig, but no! That's why you don't use that move, dude.
He gets punished.
It's just like, imagine putting your hitbox forward for like 150 million frames, not throwing out a hitbox that hurts anybody.
It's solid for the edge guard, though, right? It puts a bunch of hitboxes right below you, and the fact of the matter is you have Goddess there to help. You have Goddess there to help.
You could ground pound. I'm so sad. Let's go.
Great down air from Amaze, and blue team able to close out game number 1.
You know,
still
despite
big
that,
damage from Amaze.
702.
Yeah.
Amaze is just phenomenal on the Vector. It is blowing my mind how well the Vector is working out here. I don't need to see it anymore. I don't need to see the down sig anymore, Amaze. If you're listening, which you shouldn't be, you should be focusing on the competition, but it's fine. You don't.
Look, okay.
don't need to
Down sigs aside, I want to praise Amaze's edge guards with the bow, the babysitting that they were able to do.
Been great.
Like they did like a downlight side air to put, I think it was Cheeseface off stage, and really just kind of babysat until Cheeseface was starting to throw out the recovery, hit him with the side air, closed out the stock. And we'll see more of that here as we get into game number 2.
Well, and on top of on top of the bow with the corner guarding that you're talking about, it's the team combos on the way back to the stage that I highlighted a little bit earlier as well. Amaze does such a great job with the bow recovery. There could be a little moment where we're just kind of like, we're waiting things out. Everybody gets the idea. The emote will come in. Oh, Cheeseface. Okay.
Wait. That has to be Goddess spot.
I know what that
was.
Okay. It looks like it. It looks like it is. And they may have just never connected on the beginning of the screen, and now I think Amaze is trying to say, let's reset. Getting rid of those stocks a little bit early on. Red team can work on getting rid of Goddess.
So to explain things for those at home who are just like, what? Right now, Amaze did that emote at the very beginning, and that's generally kind of the community way of saying, you know what, someone's having internet issues. And I was confused at first because Goddess was going aggressive, and then once you saw the movements from Goddess, you're like, oh wait, nope, that's a bot. They're just holding forward.
And if you make that call early enough in,
Yeah.
nature of online competition, first 10, 15 seconds,
Get
you
the
can
reset.
get the redo. And it's
Yeah.
already confirmed that we're going to be getting that. So bots are being taken out right now. Goddess will be out. And then once everybody's connected back to the screen, we'll be going into game number 2. And I'm excited to see what happens because in game 1, I watched some really cool maneuvers from Cheeseface that almost always led to them losing their stock. And I was like, okay, but the ideas are there, and I can see what you're going for. And if it worked, it would have been fantastic. I want to see a bit of closer of a game 2 coming out from them because I like Cheeseface's Azoth. It's just when it came to actually executing on the ideas that they were having, they just weren't quite there with the pressure that Goddess and Amaze were putting out.
This is, for what it's worth, a very interesting comp coming out on both sides. Of course, Vector being interesting, but on the other side, still, like, Jala's not exactly the most played 2v2 legend coming in with that low defense base 3. You'll see a couple specialists.
We're going back
but
to
like,
that. We're going back to this arbitrary that tier list that doesn't exist. Jala has been played competitively in 2s more often than you'd think.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's generally a
and sword.
specialist. It's generally someone who's like, I'm going to be playing the Jala. You don't see a lot of people pivot to the Jala when they're down 2 games or anything like
It's
that.
not Thor. It's not Bodvar. It's not
A
Koji.
Taros, a Brand, and Olgrim. It's still one of those things that, like, you see specialists.
You prepare it specifically for an event, and if you see the Jala, it's likely going to be Jala the entire way through.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you switch off of it, you never switch to it. Is I think the point you're making.
And then
I
on the
agree
same
with you.
side, Azoth is kind of in that same boat of like we were saying, one person picks Azoth and they play Azoth.
It is actually one Azoth player per region.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. Like
They battle it out, and only
Yeah.
one person is allowed to take it into the
that's
tournaments.
exactly
Yeah.
it. It's like a decision that's made on the ranked ladder. Actually, it's not even made in tournaments. It's kind of like, okay, who's the Azoth player on the ladder that I hate to see, no matter what, because I lose to them so much. Anyways, it turns out that it's Cheeseface.
It looks like Goddess has fixed the internet. Cheeseface
Let's go.
is still coming in with the Azoth. We're going to go into game number 2 in just a little bit. They still have to play on the same map. It's going to be Mammoth, at least for this one.
All right, and we're getting right into it. Game 2 coming up. Amaze and Goddess are looking fantastic, and because we're seeing them back-to-back, we do know that this is that semifinal elimination match that's coming out. So the winner of this is going to be going up against Doggo and Elsum that are waiting in that final elimination match before the grand finals here in the Spring Championship. We've got Goddess on the Bryn, Amaze, of course, on the Vector, but this time, uncharacteristic to all the matches that we've seen before, Amaze taking the most damage on the screen and possibly out. All right, let's go. Dummy gets that ground pound, and
trade?
Goddess is trying to get the trade. Haymaker was great.
But it hit
Cheeseface.
the wrong person. Cheeseface came in, took that haymaker to the face, and it keeps Dummy alive. And Goddess going deep on the offstage. All right, blue team trying to recover after Maze, kind of fell early.
Yeah, incredibly early, but though, look at that. Gets the combo on both of them. Doesn't even need Goddess for the support. Recovery almost takes him off the top, and that's going to be it. Cheeseface off the right side of the stage. Goddess with the survivability is keeping this up. And the team combo still, it was a little shaky, but they kept it going despite the flubs. And Goddess could make it back here with the save from Amaze. And Amaze, no, this is the Nair. Amaze, are you going down for that? Cheeseface, what are you doing?
A tough spot to be in, but Amaze survives all of that. Didn't actually get taken out despite playing a Lance off stage. The Axe players decide to back away.
Nice neutral stick from Amaze, catches Dummy off guard, and Cheeseface dodges in place, expecting another sidelight. Amaze with the landing gets the weapon throw, pick up side air. Amaze gets it back to the stage,
And
got
the
it
save.
with the Nair just to make sure that it was easy, right? But that Nair doesn't come through. Amaze may have fallen down a little too far. What an amazing knockout coming out from the blue team.
Oh my goodness, and this is why we've been popping off about Amaze. Just the ability to get those quick bursts, even getting taken out early was not enough to give Red
I
Team
can't
the
remember
win.
the last time that I've seen a weapon throw pick up Sair knockout on Lance, and it was really significant because there wasn't like they were in red. The damage was amazing coming out from them. So looking at this lead coming out, Amaze went down early, hasn't gone down since. Neutralite, sidelights going left and right. Dummy and Cheeseface both afraid to approach Amaze when they're on the bow. Look at this, recovery comes through. But the side sig shuts down Amaze, and Goddess could follow shortly afterwards. Neutral sig doesn't quite hit. Spot dodge is out of the way. Goddess makes it back, and that neutral sig doesn't get to the jump.
Goddess gets caught. The falling nair from Cheeseface as Cheeseface swaps over to the Axel, really fishing for that final blow to take out Goddess and get these all the final stocks, because right now it's Dummy who could fall here. Gets a good side air. 1v2 opportunity.
Oh, nice neutral light. Goes to the team combo. Silent Nair
Nice.
recovery. That's as much as they could get before Goddess comes back to the stage. Nicely done. A Maze could go down. If Maze goes down, Goddess in the 1v2. While in a good situation, it's still a 1v2. Could be very tough.
Yeah, and the red team's already shown they have some of those combos down pat. The big thing is, can they take out a Maze? And you see Dummy trying to box out, hits the side sig, opportunity
there it
here.
is.
And Dummy's gonna keep Cheeseface alive. Love that positioning
All right,
from Dummy.
can Goddess make the 1v2 happen? Dummy and Cheeseface positioning forward.
Oh,
Cider just
snap.
deletes Dummy. Recovery right afterwards. It
Cleaned
wasn't
up.
like I was like getting ready to set the
Yeah.
stage for like 2 minutes of back and forth. Goddess just wanted nothing to do with it. Amaze still with the most damage despite going down so early on. And I feel like it was a little uncharacteristic for how quickly Cheeseface and Dummy were able to take Amaze down. Let's see if they can keep that up, because it looked like a winning strategy, except that once the Vector is off the table, Goddess is still amazing.
Yeah, Goddess still very strong, able to clean that up. Just like really pulled out the 409 right at the end there and cleaned up both of those stocks off the red team. And good patience. I mean, some solid fundamentals coming out from Goddess on that spear play.
Oh, and we see Dummy switching off to the Ragnir. Ragnir is like, if we had to have like a spectrum of the heavy weapon characters that are things that you switch to in a pinch,
Okay.
and then ones that you don't, Ragnir is like in the middle.
Yes.
I feel like it's like you typically people who like Qatar or like Hammer and Axe don't like Qatars that much, but for those that do, Ragnir is your pick.
Ragnir is a Qatar player who's upset about heavy weapons. You know what I mean? Like they're like, I'm playing a Suri and I am not hitting hard enough. Let me go over to Ragnir.
I couldn't agree with you more. And Dummy now on the Ragnir here for game number 3, attempting to stop elimination, Duke, because we are in the elimination brackets.
Currently 2-0 in favor of Goddess and Amaze.
That's
Red
right.
team, they had a great start in the last one, but this one not looking as good as they're already taking the most of the damage.
Ooh, yeah, Amaze managing to avoid that nice silo off the gravity cancel. Goddess could get the follow-up with the double ground pound while not
Go out
getting...
there. I love that. Amaze hits him with the sidelines like, go out there.
You knew.
Finish it.
I never in a million years would think that. And Amaze literally shoves Goddess off the cliff to be like, get the side air.
Do it.
Oh, unironically, awesome team play. Like,
Again, you could have just said it, but you
whoa,
know.
No. You could argue
That's faster. That was faster.
In a high-level analysis that the sidelight would put Goddess at the right position to get the side air
Okay.
better than a dash or a fastball could
Sure.
have.
But while we were praising the push off the cliff from Amaze, the red team able to clean up the stock count, and they're keeping this one relatively even.
Ooh,
Cheeseface
is out.
though.
Yeah, relatively even. That's it. Sidelight Nair and a recovery almost on the punish too. Nice shot from the falling down here, but that neutral light was in perfect position to follow up with the alley-oop, and Goddess deservedly punished for that slide charge pivot haymaker. Cheeseface still has gone down a little too early for comfort for the red team.
Well, Dummy doing the best, making the most out of the situation, hits a ground pound. Goddess gonna fall, stock count evened up. You see Dummy trying to clean up Amaze here, another side air, Cheeseface trying to get Amaze down to that final stock.
Ooh, Sidelight Nair and Amaze. Nice Nair.
Nice
Amaze is
Nair.
off the top. And that bow neutral air would not have done it if they hit it any closer to the bottom of the stage. So great job falling off of the Sidelight Nair. Dummy goes down. One stock apiece all around. If they can focus on Goddess, possibility for the red team to stop this 3-0 from happening, but that has a lot of damage on the Cheeseface.
Yeah, Cheeseface had to dodge through that down air. If he got caught, could have been fatal, but now everybody on final stocks. Amazed with the offstage Dummy. Barely gets the wall touch, has yet to touch a weapon, finds the axe.
Neutral sig? Oh no!
That's your teammate!
It's the neutral sig, but I mean, in Amaze's defense, Goddess was getting hit actively after the move was decided. Oh no! Okay, Dummy goes in for the recovery. Amaze makes it back, but I think Goddess is out.
Goddess, yep, in sweat beads. Cheeseface gets launched. Amaze in the 1v2, hits the side air. It's just a 1v1.
Amaze now with the lance against Dummy. Dummy has the axe. Downlight coming through. Another downlight hits, and Amaze doesn't have the weapon. Falls straight down with the neutral air. Nicely done. Gets the bow.
Oh,
ground
didn't jump.
pound. Doesn't hit. He wants to go for the recovery instead, and Amaze now with the lance. Oh, Duke, it is real close here. Weapon spawn comes through in the
the
center.
downlight.
Oh, he goes to switch for the weapon.
Oh.
They both are unarmed. Weapon spawns in, but barely doesn't pick it up. And then Nair comes through. Amaze just has to starve, but kicked away. Can Amaze get the side air to finish it off, or can Dummy get this this comeback?
Dummy trying to find the hit. A little bit of panic here. Doesn't hit the
Ooh.
side air. Doesn't hit the punish. No N6, nothing. Dummy not making the decision. Throws out a downlight.
Amaze too scared to put out the side air. The neutral light hits. It's not enough. One more neutral light
hit.
needed for that, and the weapon throw comes forward. Unarmed recovery does not connect. Dummy twice on. They avoid the downlight. Bow picked up. They go for the side air. Duke. They are just choosing the moves that I think Bow neutral light could do it, but would Amaze risk it?
It might. I mean, it's a quick move. A down air could definitely do it. The down sig will 100% do it as Amaze closes it out for Goddess and Amaze. W and Cheese Face eliminated from the bracket.
That's right. Man, Amaze using a really unique move with that down signature where literally the best option for Dummy would have been to land straight on top of Amaze. Stack with the hitbox. So because you're hitting on the left or the right, but you're not covering the center. But in that situation, that coverage was perfect. And we're going to see right here with the bow down to coming through. He dodged away. I guess it was like a mix-up, right? Because he was thinking, all right, I don't want to make Amaze think I'm going for the weapon, so I'm going to dodge behind. And Amaze was like, I got you covered
I'll just
both
cover
ways.
both sides.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
That's
Easy
a
solution.
vector-specific solution, dude.
Yeah. Very few other legends like Cassidy Blasters down heavy can kind of do something similar,
Orion.
right? Yeah.
Orion down
Core
sig.
Gauntlet down heavy is also another one that covers both sides, right?
That's right.
But still, a good decision from Amaze. It's something that like you have to know the matchup and
Mm-hmm.
be ready for. An Amazing Goddess gonna continue on, guaranteed their spot in the top 3, unless I'm wrong about how brackets work.
No, you are right.
Yay!
That is exactly right. Doggo and Elsum are going to be their opponents next, coming up.
Yeah.
We got the schedule coming up to confirm that. There it is, the elimination final to decide who goes up in the grand
Elimination
final against Ket and Regundus, who made quite the upset over Doggo and Elsum.
yeah.
And I'm wondering what Doggo and Elsum's picks are going to be for this game 1 against Goddess and Amaze, because it changed so dramatically depending on how the pace of the matchup was going on in the winter final. We'll have to wait and see. Is it going to be double scythe? Is it going to be double heavy weapons? We're going to find out, because we didn't get to see the scythe. But one thing's for sure, Amaze is going to be playing Vector.
Yeah.
And thank goodness the down 6 stopped going into that matchup. I just keep flip-flopping on how hyped I am about that
Sometimes
move.
you want it, sometimes you don't. But right now,
It's just when reality sinks in.
well, you know what? Sometimes it's just like, are you hungry for some down sigs? Like, what are you craving in that moment? And
Yeah, but like, I will constantly be starving if I'm hungry for Vector down 6. They are never going
They
to
hit
hit.
one.
No,
Yeah, they did. It was a team combo, hitting air up into the down sig.
it was side sig.
Was it a side sig?
Yeah, it was side
It was a
sig.
team. No, there's a team. Whatever. It doesn't
Was there?
matter.
You
We're
might be
in
right.
the next one as Goddess with an odd swap over to the Dusk to go
Ooh.
up against Elsum and Daga, who are sticking with the heavy weapons.
Not quite too. All right, it's certainly odd. It's odd in the same vein of all those other characters that we were talking about that we rarely ever get to see odd. But the spear is what's transferring over, and what I believe Goddess has really been excelling at when playing Grim.
Yeah, I mean, the spear's been solid. Of course, the spear ground pound's been hitting so often. Elsum, though, hitting so many horizontal hits as Goddess is going to fall very quick, less than 30 seconds into the game.
Yeah, that's the fastest that we've seen anybody from this blue team ever go down in any of the sets so far on stream. And much to my surprise, it was Goddess. We've seen Amaze go down early a few times, but not Goddess. Goddess has been doing such a great job of the stock tank situation, but Elsum, as you said, those Sares just kept hitting over and over again.
Just the horizontal moves. Goddess able to get a downlight side air, but again, this Thor just able to kind of tank all those to the face.
Ooh, nice job. Spot dodges, or air dodges the weapon throw, cancels it into a neutral light. Doggo on the edge guard, gets punished by the ground pound. Nice turnaround and stops the punish. Beautiful job with the signature, getting him off the top with the down sig. And now has taken the lead for the blue team, even though Goddess is pretty darn damaged.
Yeah, and on that second stock already, but a fantastic wake-up, great weapon toss coming out from Elsum. Goddess hits both the red team members, but unfortunately couldn't continue the string.
Ooh, falls to the down air.
Nice,
Downer hits again.
nice.
Downer hits 3 times. Doggo jumping into all of it. Ground pound could come through. And Goddess gets the ground pound. I thought it was going to be Amaze, but they target swapped perfectly. And Amaze with the triple lance down air that led to that early knockout on a Doggo. And that was considerably early for how hard it was for them to take Doggo's first stock.
I love the way that Amaze will set up these KOs and then just go, all right, Goddess, your turn. You just finish that off. I'm going to start building up the next one. Like,
Yeah, sometimes literally pushing Goddess into the knockout. It is really cool to see, and they have turned this game around from a deficit into a 4-stock to 2 lead.
Elsem and Doggo. They've got weapons in hand. They could try to take out Goddess here, even up this stock count. You see Elsem already swinging big with that down sig.
Whoa. Doggo so close to the top of the stage.
Oh.
Amaze getting so many recoveries. The bow has really been worth praise this game as they have just been coming back with it so well. Goddess also, like, considering that Goddess went down in 18 seconds or whatever at the beginning of the
Yeah, that
game,
first
only
stock.
going down to 1 stock now, so incredibly impressive. Amaze follows shortly afterwards, and all Goddess has to do is survive long enough, but the team combo coming out from Elsem and Doggo was amazing.
Yeah, I love the way Elsem went out for that one. Knew that they weren't in position for the sandwich, so he was like, all right, I got to get in position on the outside. But he takes out his teammate, and it's all left
Down
to a
sick,
1v2.
down sick. Oh, sideline recovery hits. Amaze gets him off the top.
Almost as cool.
Not even close. That's not. Dude, you're making it so hard to guess.
I'm trying to help, man. I'm trying to. Good job, players.
Amaze has been doing so good today that I feel like I can have a little bit of leniency on not being like, wow. Granted, silent recovery is pretty tough. A hit on Lance, actually.
It's not true. All right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. We saw that situation where there was the alley-oop where Amaze tried to catch somebody with a sidelight and the recovery missed because it's just like you're really gambling with a lot there going for that maneuver. It's just hard to get those knockouts confirmed on Lance. But Amaze makes it work. And while the damage numbers are not that high, really impressive performance coming out from Goddess, where the stock was lost, like we said, in 20 seconds, and then still being the stock tank anyways, allowing Amaze to really get a lot of damage through. And Doggo and Elsem, with such a crazy early lead, were not able to capitalize. And that makes me wonder what they've got coming up for games number 2 and so on, because last time these were the 2 characters they switched to when their backs were against the wall. And now they started off against the wall, and it's like, well, how much further can you get?
How closer can you get? Can you keep dividing the distance by 2? That's a big question. And Goddess is still sticking with the Dusk. And kind of like you said, you got to give her a lot of credit for being able to clutch up after losing that first stock early. Like, a lot of people will take that and just like get upset, maybe play over aggressive to try to make up that difference.
Oh, I didn't
But she
sense
clutched
that
up
at all.
Yeah.
It was, in fact, just like the performance just got better, and which was just a pretty scary thought going up against for Doggo and Elsem going up against this team, because it's kind of like, okay, well, we literally did the best that we could ever do, opening up in a 2v2, and we lost the game pretty hard. So we'll have to see how it changes going into games 2 and 3 of this elimination final, because winner of this is going to be going on to fight in the grand final. For the entire championship. So looking at this, Shipwreck Falls for game number 2. Let's see how it plays out, as we still have Taros and Thor for Elsem and Doggo.
Yeah. Thor subbing in for the Undertaker for now. No weapon in hand for Goddess, but this is Shipwreck. It's going to be a lot harder for those horizontal KOs to happen in favor of the red team.
Let's see, Goddess already doing better. Wait.
Where are you going?
Okay, now it's
back.
officially doing better than the last game. I was like, when it fell down to the stage, I was like, the timer is still technically even. Side stick Remaze puts Doggo off the right side of the stage. Downer doesn't snipe. Doggo can make it back. Elsem with the ground pound. Downer right afterwards, just chasing Goddess around. Can she make it back? Down six not going to be able to punish it. Elsem goes up for the spike, and the Downer doesn't punish either. Lots of missed punishes coming out for the blue team here, but still a slight lead.
Yeah, just very narrow margins on both sides. Doggo the one in the off stage, though. Nice gravity cancel neutral. I unfortunately couldn't follow up, and you see Elsem trying to chase after it.
Oh, that's a great punish. Gravity cancel down, Zig, knowing that's gone. He gets 3 good hits. Amaze could go down pretty shortly afterwards. Recovery, not enough to take down Thor. Too much defense, and Elsem corner guarding with the hammer. One-sider on either of their opponents.
Scoop.
I mean, that's a great mix-up. They'll take the stock, and Goddess could go down right afterwards. There's the neutral sig. That's it. 6 stocks to 4.
Good read from Doggo there. Kind of saw that Goddess was going for those dodges out when they were playing right above them. And so, of course, able to read it, get that end sig, clean up the stock. And there's a slight advantage to the red team. Not quite the same as they had in game number 1, but it might get evened up soon.
Yeah, Amaze really looking for those side airs to end the stock here. Doggo interrupting that momentum from Amaze, and Amaze switching over to Doggo's new stock. Goddess hasn't taken too much damage just yet, trying to get those D-lights to hit. There's one. Sider comes through. Elsem gets that revenge nair. But that's
what
the stock.
A spot dodge from Amaze.
That was amazing. Elsem went for the jump. Elsem went for that jumping gravity cancel down sig. But the spot dodge was so great. And then the Sider comes through, gets the stock, and now Doggo on the other side has not been doing so well against Goddess in the 1v1, and the damage lead's going over to the blue team.
Yeah, they're just building this lead, and I just keep revisiting that spot dodge inside of the down sig from Elsem because that can be a long active frame move, but went for the spot dodge inside it. Down sig thrown out on the left side.
Yeah, if Elsem was really in Amaze's head, would have pivoted the down sig. The spot dodge wouldn't have worked.
Catch the other side. Nice
Yeah.
follow up there. They're going to clean up the stock, and they're going to maintain this slight lead. Amaze trying to even it up.
Let's see, Amaze falls into the side
Punish?
sig.
Oh, he's not in position.
The side sig really caught Elsem off guard with how far he was able to travel
Yeah.
with it. And then the decider comes forward, and Elsem's down. Amaze, oh, they got the alley-oop even with that much knockback on him. What an amazing cider. It was like so weird because it still had to because when Lance hits you, you get that aggressive like knockback sound where it's like stacked and then you go flying. And him getting interrupted there with that cider was so much that it was just jarring to see. But look at that, Amaze still holding on to the second stock. Goddess going down though would be huge.
This could be bad for the blue team as the weapon toss.
That's
Gravity
it.
cancel and light, and Goddess is out of there. It's all left to Amaze. Doggo and Elsem have the opportunity to get themselves on the board.
I would say this is the toughest doable 1v2 we've seen on stream so far.
Okay.
like this is
What makes it tough?
well.
Let's break down the statement.
It is two players that have a stock each with a good amount of health on both of them, right? But because it's a stock each, if you're able to focus down one, there's a chance that you could get that 1v1 afterwards.
Okay.
It's still a 1v1.
So tough for Amaze.
yes.
Okay.
That's
I thought you were saying tough for the red team, and I was like,
no.
Okay.
That is that.
Let me
that would be
parse through
bold.
this.
That would be bold to say. No, this
I mean,
is
I know
very-
you're a Amaze fan. Right now.
am, but a 2v1 is a 2v1, Duke. It is really hard to perform in
Nice.
that. And we can see there as Elsem and Doggo are showing why it is so difficult, opening up the beginning of that stock with a team combo and ending it with a team edge guard into a D-like ground pound to stop themselves from getting eliminated in this elimination final as we're going on to game number 4.
Yes, this will be the semifinal elimination in the fact that there's technically one more in the grand finals, right?
No, well, it's
Whoever
the grand
loses that
final,
is
and then
eliminated.
so it's the grand final. But if the team that comes from the elimination final is the one that wins, then you go into the grand final elimination.
Okay.
Elimination grand final.
ultimately, one final team will be eliminated after the
Yeah,
grand
yeah,
finals.
but one team is like technically not at risk of elimination
Okay, yeah.
in a grand final.
Yes. One team could not be. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Valid.
Yeah.
Here we go. Game number 3, tied 1 apiece. The red team seemingly finding a solution to the blue team. Maybe the answer is to take out Goddess or just get those fantastic follow-ups like that gravity cancel down sig.
Nice highlight cider. Went for the alley-oop from Elsa, but he couldn't get the hammer cider to connect. Goddess gets the down light on the orb. 2 down lights now as Elsa's taking even more damage. And the spot dodge on the neutral light. Such great spot dodges coming out from both Amaze and Goddess when it comes to fighting against the axe. But this could just be the edge guard that makes them. And look at that. Amaze was just kind of like, I'm not even going to try to get in Goddess's way.
Yeah.
Just fast falls out, knows that they can't make it back. And Goddess gets neutralized, and that could be her stock. No, makes it back. And Elsem or Doggo do anything about it.
You see Elsem in position, hanging around, knows a Stomp Cider will take out Goddess, and it does. Red team mounting a lead here against this blue team.
Ooh, side air hits, neutral light connects,
Oh.
neutral sig spikes, weapon throw forward.
He's going
Elsa
deep.
goes up for the recovery, and this could oddly turn into an advantage for the
Save?
blue team.
And he's good.
All right, everybody makes it back, which is not the result I was expecting. Downsig has a little bit more friendly fire, but red team is really playing with this lead here because it was 6 stocks to 4, right? Even if it ended up disastrously, it would still be an even game in terms of the stock count.
And now it's getting better for the red team as Elsem with a fantastic hammer edge guard takes out Amaze. Amaze, who has been so critical for this blue team, now on her final stock. This could be rough for the blue team.
There is the double knockout coming out with that shutdown, 1 for each player on the blue team, but you're right, it is 4 stocks to 3. Goddess with a good amount of damage and is looking tough. But let's see what's able to happen here. I wonder if Goddess will switch over to Brynn if it's a loss, but it has to be a loss first, and Goddess is really doing great on the Dusk with the downlight cider so far.
Yeah, unfortunately can't switch characters mid-match, so...
Yeah. Oh, that the cover was huge. Caught him in the middle of the air, Doggo off the top, and now it's suddenly looking like a winnable game. Down air hits, can Amaze get the double down air? No, Goddess really doesn't want to bring this to a game 5. But that
Goddess!
side sig will take her stock out. And on the other side, Doggo is really trying to make up for that stock loss on Amaze.
Yeah, still the advantage to the red team. Elsum the one holding the stock count, but the blue team has this hope. If they take out Doggo, they could do this.
Ooh, Neutralite hits Elsum, but Elsum's still on 2 stocks. If Doggo goes down, you're right, they can't do it, but Amaze so close to going
Nice
down.
punish.
Amazing job with the neutral signature, but the weapon throw up forces Doggo to the stage. Goddess can't get the punish, and Elsum only gets a side air for his troubles. Goddess getting hit both left and right. Ground pound would have been huge there, but Elsum makes it out.
Everybody down to their final stocks. Blue team is taking a decent amount of damage here, and Elsum just moves on over, gets the stomp side air. Red team might be closing this one out unless Goddess brings out something big.
Oh, yeah. I think the highest chance Goddess has here is for Elsum to really go off stage with some crazy downlight thing like that.
the clash
and it's
out.
working.
Oh,
the clash
Doggo.
gets Doggo. He dodges back up, man. That's what I was hoping for Goddess, but
She's good.
oh, Elsum going for the recovery. Lots of sweat beads coming out, but they're just kind of like, okay, let's both pick up a weapon first.
Let's relax a little bit. Let's
yeah.
breathe. Let's breathe.
Because there's a risk they go down there. And I was,
Oh.
all right. Elsum and Doggo taking that stock. I'm not sure. Was that? Okay.
What was
I'm
what?
trying to think if that. I thought for some reason I thought that was match point, but the score
No.
said 1-1. So now
yeah.
it's match point.
Yes.
For Elsum and Doggo, it's a huge adjustment coming out there. An amazing Goddess. 1 game away.
She's sticking with the Dusk.
Okay.
Yo, this team combo, though. Look at this.
Yeah, that neutral stick was fantastic.
Some moves don't pop up enough for it. One that I love is Blaster's downlight to lead into that one. But, yeah,
Oh, and
not, not every move will let
are
you team
speaking-
combo into the hammer and sig.
Oh, you're speaking specifically from
Yeah.
a Taros
Yeah.
hammer perspective.
For sure.
I see. Oh, Doggo against Goddess on the right side of the stage, already opening with so much. Elsum gets the side sig, and Elsum was ready after the side sig to get the rising side air alley-oop. Didn't hit it, but the down sig hits both opponents there, and that's a great start for the red team.
Yeah, Elsum just getting so much damage. Hitting multiple blue team members with signature after signature, that just adds up so much damage so fast.
Neutral sigs and side sigs from either team, or either person on the red team here. Weapon throw comes down. Another weapon
Nice.
throws off the side
Oh.
sig, goes for the D-Light ground pound. Okay, Elsum was doing an
He tried to
unarmed D-Light
style.
ground pound, and he tried to do a D-Light weapon pickup ground pound
Hammer Grand Pound's not the same.
and missed the stage completely and the stock. And honestly, that's pretty huge in that moment. I feel like momentum really shifted back over to being in this like murky middle ground where I'm not really sure who has it now.
Yeah, this is relatively even. I mean, both teams have one person on second stock and one person in the red, and Amaze going in, adding up damage after damage onto Elsum's second
I wonder
stock.
if Elsum meant to pick up the hammer. I'm still reeling after that. And I feel like Elsum is too a little bit because Elsum's like already in orange on second stock here after just coming back after losing that stock to that ground pound. Doggo gets the scoop, interrupting the recovery from Amaze, and Amaze gets the team combo. Okay, we're seeing some stabilization coming out for the red team here. Some nice team combos coming out from them. D-Light, or Silent D-Light doesn't quite hit, but the falling Nair could do it. No punish from Amaze, and Doggo and Elsum goes up to the side sig. Elsum could go down the 1 stock pretty early here.
Yo, but some good positioning from Elsum, avoiding all the hits while Doggo respawns. Finally gets tapped by a neutral layer downlight. Oh, the recovery doesn't connect for Goddess, and
Cider
Elsum's
does,
still
though.
living.
And the biggest factor here is that Goddess has all 3 of her stocks. Caster's Curse has 2 stocks, but that second stock doesn't have that much damage. Okay, we're in a pretty close game here, and it could be made even closer.
That's a tough spot.
Why is this happening?
They were too close. They had the same
That's the second
weapon.
time that we've seen Thor do
yeah,
that today.
well,
That's pretty cool.
it's kind of hard.
It's where the side stick hits, it grabs one person, but the swing hits the other,
Yeah.
and that gets the knockout.
That time it was the teammate, though.
Yeah. Really close game. Goddess took a lot of damage there. Doggo has it as well. Amaze and Elsum are the ones that have to be careful here. If either go down first, I basically give the game over to the other team.
Yeah.
With how leads are working right now. So let's see how this works out. Focusing Doggo out. Elsum gets punished with the silent. No! Doesn't get the cider afterwards. It's really hard to hit that on Orb Duke.
They can be challenging. Elsum able to dodge down, found the gap inside of it. You do see Doggo about to get taken out. Elsum's taking a lot of damage too. This could be really bad for the red team.
Ooh, falling there. Elsum
Team
gets the
combo.
neutral light afterwards. Doggo saves Elsum from taking too much damage, but the land side air comes through and Amaze wants that edge guard. Doggo doing such a great job at protecting Elsum on this final stock, but there the side tick takes him down, and Doggo in the 1v2. 2 stocks to 3, but that is a damaged second stock as that unarmed sidelight almost had enough force behind it.
Yeah, these kicks from Amaze. Doggo, I mean, there's always the whole nice down air.
Wait, Amaze
Wait.
really risked it all on that ground pound. That was.
Okay, if that was Goddess who did it, I'd be like, okay, you had an
Yeah.
extra stock. Amaze does not have an extra stock. Now
Does
it's
not.
basically just a 1v1
yeah,
if Doggo hits a
if
Sair.
Doggo gets a stop sider, or I think you're right, just a Sair now. It is a dead even 1v1. So let's see what Goddess could do. Stop Sair. All right.
That
Eyebrows-
might have been the critical ground pound.
You know what?
From
It was
Amaze.
in exchange for what Elsem did on the right side of the stage at the very beginning of the match,
Okay.
right? With that ground pound that literally just sent him off stage. Double
Nice.
D-Light Cider. That's a great start. Recovery catches the landing. Nair gets him as well. Doggo just getting damaged and no damage in return. Nicely done from Goddess, but now it's Doggo's turn. Comes in for that pivot down there. Can't quite hit it with the Sidelight Cider. That one connects. Brings Goddess into yellow. Let's see what Goddess can do.
Didn't catch the dodge, so couldn't get that extra down light. Goddess over to Orb. We've got an Orb mirror match, but a double
like
down
the
light into
double
the
down
side
light.
air.
Oh, and Doggo falling, imagining that he had a weapon, but he did not. Unarmed Cider can't reach. Hammer picked up. Oh, that was a wild down air. That Cider hits.
Still, Goddess taking far less damage than Doggo has. Just a side light to punish.
Oh, but it's tough. Knocking out with the Orb. Sidelight Side Air. One more of those could do it. Doggo tries to make it back to the stage. That down sig doesn't quite hit. Falling Cider doesn't hit either. And Goddess is now an Orb versus Orb. Doggo puts out one down air. Doesn't hit. Second down
Doggo
air.
struggling to find connections onto Goddess right now. Goddess doing such a good job in this 1v1. This is the Sair, though.
Sidelight Cider is one. Goes for the recovery of the other one. Another Cider hits. Doggo winning a lot of neutral exchanges. Spot dodge is gone. He hit. He was really ready for that.
Okay.
There's
Doggo
no
not
way
taking
he
the bait.
goes for a Thor down zig on Orb. There's no way that he would do that,
Are you
right? dude?
trying to curse him?
I'm like,
The way you're
here's the
saying
thing.
it is
I
very
like,
like-
I'm like watching how he played it. I'm like, oh no, he might do it. Oh, okay, no, he tosses
over
the
to
orb
Hammer.
away. Hammer picked up.
Stop
Gravity
side
Cancel
air.
stop. Goddess. We can feel the nerves here. Goddess is it just doesn't know how
a
to
stressful
approach.
spot.
Doggo, that's it. Stop Cider and Doggo gets it. Duke, I cannot believe that 3-1 happening in the elimination final. Amaze went for that bow ground pound, lost the stock. We're going to see it right here. That replay where both you and I were like, it's okay, you have 2 stocks left. And then we went, huh?
Like, wait, nope, no, you don't. You had 1, and now you had 0. And fantastic play from Doggo. Goddess was doing a good job building up the damage, but Doggo was the one who cleaned up that final stock.
There was
and
2 like sidelight
grand
side airs
finals.
on Orb that Doggo got in a neutral win over Goddess, where even though Goddess was only in orange, I was like, that's it. The momentum's like switched over. Goddess is too afraid to go back in. Doggo's got into her head, and that was the game. That stomp side at the end, giving Doggo 814 damage. Shows that Doggo really carried that last game, where Elsem was starting to make me think that some of that reckless behavior off stage may have lost them that game, but no, Doggo and Elsem were able to pull it through and get that rematch in the grand final.
On top of that 814 damage put out, 735 damage taken.
Whoa.
So also just eating a bunch of that damage
And
as
all
well.
6 KOs.
Well, all right. We're just putting things in his backpack now. At
I
this
mean,
point.
we're highlighting.
Yeah, well,
what-
he also got an
we're-
accident.
we're-
Was
we're-
that?
we are highlighting what is already in this backpack,
Yes.
Duke. We are not putting that.
It's just a clear backpack, and we're pointing out the things inside it.
Yeah, we're just bringing up how awesome Doggo is.
He played amazing in
Yeah.
that one and was able to close it out for the team. And, of course, shows why Doggo and Elsem are such a favorite for this one. I mean, coming in as the top seed. But they are here in the elimination bracket moving up to the grand finals. So it is still a tough spot for them. 1 set loss, and they're done for the day.
That's right, and they have to go up against the team that they lost. That sent them into the elimination bracket. We see Frizzle on Twitter saying out here, rooting for my boy Ket, who is sitting in grand finals, yet to lose a set.
Yes.
So it's going to be a tough matchup indeed, and that means that if Elsem and Doggo are able to win this best of 5, that means that Ket and Ragundas finally get sent into the elimination section where we have the elimination grand final.
Then we'll have our final elimination.
We'll have our final. That is what,
For
yes.
the Australian region, at the very
That's
least.
right. That's right.
But I'm expecting kind of clear picks, right? I expect Ket and Ragundas to come in.
Clear like Doggo's backpack.
Yes, exactly. It's the exact same thing. Just clear, heavy weapons, Thors on both sides, Undertakers, Bodvars, and Teroses, and that's what we're getting for game number 1 of the grand final.
Doesn't get more doubles than this, and that's not even region specific. This is just like Brawlhalla in any region. This is a matchup that we
Classic.
probably have seen at some point in some top late at some whenever junction. And I'm excited to see how this plays out here because there's a possibility that if this goes well enough in the favor of Kent Regundus, they could go back to the double scythe, where it's just like maybe that was the answer that we need for this particular team. Because when they switched over to this originally, I was thinking, okay, we like kind of talked about it. I was like, oh, is this the narrative of we'll pick heavy weapons too and just smash the enemy team? But that wasn't the case.
It didn't work out. No, blue team was able to win it out 3-1, but it did give Doggo and Elsum a point. So maybe that's what they're hoping for here as we get into the grand finals.
It wasn't a 3-0.
No. It was a 3-1. And we're going to Shipwreck for game number 1.
Shipwreck has been the favorite stage between these two teams, it would seem. And the weapon spawn comes over. We saw Elsum characteristically aggressively fighting 2 players for that 1 spawn coming in. And Ket, as a result, last one to pick up a hammer, and Doggo getting a few hits in before we can really get into this all-out brawl in the grand final. Oh, and look at that. Daylight ground pound from Regundus doesn't quite work out, but the down air recovery does.
Lots of big swings. Elsum finding that gravity cancel down sig in the middle of all of that fray to get some good damage built up. Raigunda's the most damaged on the screen. Might be the target soon as Elsum swinging big again, throwing out some side sigs.
Oh, neutral sig. Not able to catch and spike. Elsum goes for the weapon throw. Slides off, and Regundus gets hit by a... Oh, that was
almost
he had to take a moment to
rough,
reevaluate where he ended up after that side air and the weapon throw hit him because he was like, what? How am I beneath the stage? Sidelight side air hits. Doggo takes the stock. Now Ket in the 1v2 for a time, getting a side air and trying to get the stock. Nice job with the alley-oop and the neutral light. Weapon throw almost provides an assist as well. Can Regundus get this edge guard here on Elsum?
He's hanging out, but Raigunda's does find the connection. You saw Doggo trying to get in position, trying to block out, but still Elsum gonna fall. Top of the map.
No alley-oop there. Ket goes for the nair instead. Side air into side air. Elsum gets a down tick. Stops there. Great
nair.
Save from Regundus. That was absolutely in reaction to watching that happen, because if he didn't hit that nair there, Ket was out 10 seconds earlier.
Yeah, denying any opportunity for the alley-oop, instead adding some less force to it to keep the teammate alive. Didn't last long, though, as Doggo is the only one left on that first stock.
Oh, friendly fire from Ket. Oh, Regundus gets scooped to the stage, and that's it. Recovery hits, and they're both going down. Ket can't make it back after that one, and Doggo is more than willing to give up stock number 1 to bring this to a 4-2.
Elsum, though, was the one who ground pounded Doggo to make sure that that trade went through.
Wait, really? Yeah. I was like, why you? What
That's
did
what
you
I
catch?
said. Wait, I was like,
what
wait,
did you catch that I
just
did?
put some boots on your teammate's head. But it's okay, as you got 4 stocks left to the 2 of the blue team, Doggo and Elsum. Again, they have to win the first best of 5 to reset in the grand finals.
Yep, that's absolutely right. Sidelight nair hits. Ket gets the recovery, trying to bring Elsum down to 1 stock. Side sig. Okay, Elsum is providing enough opportunities for the opposing team to make this possible, right? Side sigs his teammate into losing his stock. No better combo than that for the blue team. Oh, but that's
nice end sig. Weapon
that's
toss.
Just purely in that neutral sig was
Clean.
just absolutely in the direction of winning the game, which I'm surprised to see from Elsum sometimes with the way that he's been playing this terrace. But you know what? It keeps both teams on their guard.
You know what, Elsum? He's just going out there and just putting damage everywhere, and it works out. You know, that's all. That's what matters.
I want to see this ground pound. I want to see this ground pound on Doggo.
Right there.
That's awesome.
Did you see it?
I completely missed it the first time around. I was like, wow. They did all of this, and the only person that went down was Doggo, and it was only because Elsum was just like, I'm going to do it.
I will say, despite that rough ground pound, Doggo made sure that nobody on the blue team got a hit for a chase dodge up. And that would have been that would have made that so much worse.
You're right. Doggo turned a bad situation into a slightly less bad situation.
Yeah. He made sure to convert the most that he could out of it.
Yeah.
And so good plays all around. Red team going into this with the lead, 1 up.
And now, with this lead 1 up, as you were saying in the previous game, right? They have to win not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 total games.
To completely close out spring championships.
To completely close out spring championships. The next 2 are what they need to be able to get that reset. Whoa! And we are just, I think...
A little bit of technical difficulties here, but nobody actually fell inside all that.
We are back.
It really, you know, emotionally felt like everyone fell, but visually no one did. That's how that works out.
And right now, that down sig from center stage, the first Bodvar down sig gravity canceled in center stage to knock out in history, Duke. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, it's rare. Usually you see those off stage as
you
like a return back.
say that it's rare when I say it's the first in history.
Well, That's how rare it is.
Is that how rare it is?
Yeah, it's like an achievement where it's like
Oh,
0.0001%. You're the only one who has it.
Yeah, but you can't absolutely be sure.
Yeah.
That's true. Regundas and Ket doing a good job bringing this back here. As we have a slight change. I don't think this was the Thor skin that Ket was using last game.
No, he changed. He was Undertaker, and
yeah.
now he's over to, I think this is Draugr Thor, but it's working out as the blue team does have
That's
that
right.
advantage.
To be clear, cosmetics that you choose do not change the
No.
skill of the player. But
It's all emotional.
It could change the mindset.
Yeah.
That is very possible. As we have a lead for the blue team, Regundas taking a decent amount of damage here. Ket yet to be damaged in the second stock. Stomp Cider comes through, and Regundas trying to get the side light. Nice job with the side signature, but the neutral sig from Doggo will get some extra damage. And Elsem in trouble. Can't make it back, and Doggo's not there to save him.
Yeah, Doggo was trying to relieve the pressure. You saw him throwing out
Doggo's
these recoveries.
Gone.
Save. Oh, the weapon toss.
Counter
again.
counter save again. Side air hits, and Doggo has
Where's
just
the
been
wall?
like,
Nope.
man, first game one, now game two. He's just constantly getting hit by everybody, and that time not in the red team's favor as it's 4 stocks to 2.
Yeah, blue team cleaning up house right now. They've got such a big lead. Even Regundas, the most damaged person on the blue team, is not quite in that KO percent.
Nice
Oh,
scoop
might be
coming out from
soon.
Doggo, but stuff recovery means Doggo can't even
no.
touch the stage. That is it, Duke. That's game 2 for sure. I mean, we can see what happens with Elsem here, but when we were talking about the level of like doableness for a 1v2, this is pretty low.
This is pretty undoable.
Yeah.
It's hard to win a 1v effectively 4, right? One stock left to the 4 of your opponents, and they're hitting you.
Stomp side sigs coming through. Regundas going in for that falling cider. How did we get into a situation where Elsem is edge guarding 2 players? I don't know, but it's only a matter of time at this point. Sweat and Elsem gets back to the stage. No punish from Ket.
Nope. They're going for all the damage they can, right? Like they're not too concerned with any team combos or anything. They're just like, I'm gonna hit them, and we're just gonna keep hitting. And there's the dare. One more hit, Elsem.
Oh, can't make it back.
Yep.
And Ket just gets a little bit of extra team damage there at the very end. Really well played. Doggo had a pretty unfortunate time off the left side of Shipwreck this game, I would say. I don't think that what happened with Doggo on the left side was even indicative of his performance throughout the entire bracket. I really think he just got pretty outplayed, both by his opponents and the map in that case, right? Like we saw that dodge just barely not touch Shipwreck. Elsem can't make it back here either, I don't think. Yeah, that's it.
You know what might be really good for this red team?
What's that?
Longer walls.
Longer walls?
Yeah.
Well, they have not played anywhere other than Shipwreck the entire time that they've been fighting against each other, both in winners finals and here in the grand final. So I doubt that will ever happen.
Well, I mean, they could ban to maps with longer walls. Because, I mean, right there, we saw in 2 clips where they were just shy of touching. And, I mean, Shipwreck, historically, relatively short walls.
Yep.
So if we had something a little bit longer, could have seen them survive a little longer as well. But instead, we're going to the next one with Elsem on the swap over to the Hattori.
Ooh, this is interesting. He's even dipping out of the movement speed to get a little bit of extra tankiness.
I get it.
Because, well, in a doubles space, I could pretty confidently say the most common stance you will see is getting more defense, just because of how many more people could potentially be hitting you there. But Hattori could get knocked out pretty early on. And the way that Elsem plays, I'm a little afraid of how offstage is going to happen, just because Elsem tends to really go in deep for knockouts.
Well, we're already seeing Elsem, again, being the aggressor in the situations, despite being unarmed. Just going to be charging forward towards the blue team members. There's that weapon spawn. It's a spear in hand.
Ooh, Ket with an amazing 3 hits on the hammer, but Elsem returning in kind. Goes into the side stick, interrupted, weapon throw down into pickup, gets the side stick and Regundas, but this punish from Ket's not that much. A hammer sidelight he's gonna need more than that to make up for all the damage that Elsem's been getting, and that neutral sig is a knockout for the red team.
Yeah, this swap over to the Hattori actually looking pretty good. Elsem's been able to put out some solid damage. Unfortunately, spot dodges inside of that down 6 are just going to take a bunch of damage to the back of the head.
Ooh, falling, neutralites hits. Nice job with the scoop, I think. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
I wasn't sure if it was friendly fire or not until that knockout screen came through, and Ket could follow shortly afterwards. Elsem, he's doing pretty great on the second stock, and Doggo, unlike last game, is the only one surviving onto this first stock.
Well,
I say
just as you
something,
say it.
and now it's not true, but Regundas could go down to 1 stock pretty soon if he's not careful, and that ground pound hits a nice chase dodge after from Elsem as well.
Some great aggression again coming out from Elsem, but Ket with a good punish. Left side, though, Doggo gets the 1v1 and takes out Regundas the second stock.
Wow, Elsem, fantastic on the sword. Ket falling victim to
Can't
shipwreck
touch.
falls.
Okay.
And it looks like it's just a problem from either player. Whatever team is having the most momentum on the stage is encouraging the other player from having trouble getting back to the stage. We're seeing is, Doggo getting even more damage from Ragundus. This is almost certainly in the direction of a red team victory here in Game 3.
One thing that will always be true is that the wall size does not have any biases. It doesn't choose who it ends up going short for, and right now it's going short for the blue team as a red team with 4 stocks left to the 2 of the blue team. There's another potential. Wait. Oh, Ragundus gets up. Oh, the turnaround.
All right, that's a double knockout. It's pretty huge. This is still in the realm of like, okay, Ragundus is going to get hit by a side stick and that's it.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, he went for a
wait,
nair?
Doggo, you scared the heck out of me. He was sweating on the side of the stage with a fresh stock. All right, D-Light recovery takes Ragundus off the top, and now Ket is in a pretty tough 1v2. But Elsem and Doggo have been giving us some opportunities off the side of the stage with the hammer. That's just prime for reversals. So let's see what Ket can do.
Ooh, Elsem not quite able to follow up. Ket picking up an orb of his own. The weapon toss is just opening him up. He's stuck on this corner here. This is a rough spot to be in.
Whoa. How did Elsem get hit?
I think he charged forward as Doggo went for the
was
dare.
going for the down air. Yeah, some miscommunication there. D-Light recovery hits through, goes up for the recovery, and Ket looked for a reversal, couldn't quite get it. D-Light recovery takes him off the top. Nicely done. In a very controlled edge guard coming out for the red team. In a situation where I really feel like they went, okay,
Let's win this one.
Let's cool it down a little bit. He could bring this back. They take down Ket in a very methodical style off the top and bring it to a match point. Because if Elsem and Doggo go down in this best of 5, they're eliminated, and Ket and Ragundus are spring championship champions. And but if they win this, then we go to the final grand final. Where either team, when they lose that best of 5, are out of the tournament for good.
Very real possibility of a second best of 5 here for the Australian region. It's all on the back of if Elsem and Doggo can win this next game. Or I guess the one after it, but we'll just say this one for dramatic effect.
Ooh, yes, and Doggo and Elsem on the right side of the stage. Elsem gets
Yo,
it.
the
That's
Sayers.
almost certainly it. Ket has to grab it. Ket's a
It's a
stick, right?
Thor.
Oh, okay. And even though he was Thor, didn't need the neutral signature. Really held on to all of those jumps for a very long time. Blue team still at a deficit for damage here, but really between these two, it's whose stock goes down first. Because Elsem and Doggo will chase for some crazy stocks, and then Shipwreck will have its say, and all of a sudden we'll have a new set of numbers on the screen. So let's see what happens here as Ragundus doesn't make it back, gets punched in the face, and Ket is just running for his life as that pogo hits, and this second pogo will seal the deal.
I feel like Ket has spent the first minute of this game trying to survive.
That's it. Ragundus
He's going to
is
get
out.
taken out. The hammer just in case.
Team
and
combo. D-Light,
immediate.
ground pound, D-Light.
Oh, he
okay.
didn't jump.
Elsem chose not to go for the side air there. Maybe he just didn't jump. I was thinking that. Oh wait, Elsem. Okay, it's
Gonna
only the
fall
first stock. Oh, Doggo also falling. You know, if he didn't side air, I think he would have touched the stage.
Maybe. Could have had more drift in it. But either way, stock count still advantage to the red team off of a big KO onto Ragundus. And Ragundus, we're not seeing him do that same kind of clutch up that Goddess did when she lost her stock early. Instead, he's just going in.
Side stick hits. Ket's trying to get that extra damage in. But Ket's at risk of going down the 1 stock pretty soon, too. Goes over the stomp. Gravity gets a stomp. Doesn't get the cider afterwards. Very end of the stomp. Cider hits Doggo. Gets his first amount of damage here. And the recovery from Elsem oddly saving Ket, but for how long?
He's just getting pinballed. The side sig connects. Ragundus still fighting despite the power play. Team combo opportunity and a good breakup from Ket.
Ooh, and Ket and Ragundus. Let's see what they can do here. Down air hits. Goes for the stomp. Neutral light connects. Oh, dude, it's looking like it's going to be a grand final reset at this point. Ragundus so damaged, and Ket just can't get these knockouts. Elsem's still living.
Yeah. Despite that relatively low defense of Hattori coming in, putting into that defense stance, keeping her alive, but the recovery from Ket will finish off that second stock. Still, this is such a tough spot for the blue team.
Recovery hits. Ragundus barely survives. Neutral light gets the team combo into Ket. Every little bit of extra damage works. Doggo still isn't being taken off the top.
Okay, downlight recovery. Elsem connects with the side sig, and it's all left to Ket in the 1v2.
All right, Ket. Can he take down Elsem?
Target swaps.
He is hitting both of them, but he was also giving himself into positions like when you're target swapping in a 1v2, you're also in the best position for a team combo.
Yep. Especially because the target swap move was like the combo setup, so it didn't even have like a lot of force. It was just like,
Yeah.
I hit a sidelight and I turn around and hit another sidelight.
All right, Elsom's taking a good amount of damage, and if Elsom goes off the stage like Amaze did in the elimination final, there's a chance. Oh,
that's
look
it.
at that. Oh, but weapon throw covered him. Ket got the side air. Side sig hits.
No punish.
No punish because of the chase dodge. Ket, one more of those. Elsom could go down, and Doggo could be in a 1v1. That was clever. Down sig almost catches them off guard,
Oh,
but that's
a
going to be
burn
it.
dodge, and yep, Ket can't touch. We got a reset. Doggo and Elsum take Ket and Raikundas to elimination point.
One of those rare situations where I did forget. Yeah, he had to use his dodge to get that down signature
Yeah.
there. We highlighted so much as commentators, but it really is a big deal because I was thinking, oh, down sig, clever, forced them all the way. But all it did was make them go, we didn't get hit. We've got 3 seconds to do whatever the heck we need to do to win. And they did it. And now both players have been eliminated once, or have not been eliminated once. Both teams
Yeah.
have lost a set.
Yes.
And are now on the verge of elimination here in the grand final. We've got Doggo and Elsum. Elsum now on the Hitori after losing that game.
It's working.
And Ket and Ragunda still sticking to the Thor Bodvars. We're finally getting away from Shipwreck Falls onto Mammoth Fortress.
What?
No longer can we blame or even
Are
talk
my
about
eyes
the wall
deceiving me?
here. Yeah, Mammoth Fortress, it's pretty hard not to touch the wall on this stage. It's like
It's a long wall, especially in the 2 space, but right now, Doggo trying to keep Ket from touching that right side wall. Ket gets away from it, but again, we're seeing kind of Ket just try to play the survival game, has yet to pick up a weapon.
Ooh, recovery comes through. Doggo goes forward. Ah, no. Oh, the recovery.
Oh, the
nice
weapon
interrupt.
toss.
Well, it was a nice interrupt for the blue team, but it was, oh no, Elsum going off stage with these ground pounds here. Ragundus
no.
gets the ground pound too, and Elsum's gone.
Can't save him. And Elsum and Doggo are now down to their second stocks.
This is why Doggo and Elsum like Shipwreck, because when they go to the walls, they just go so crazy off the side of them that anything could happen. Downline recovery. That's not it. Ket still surviving. And now they're getting a bunch of extra credit here on this game 1.
Doggo coming in, trying to hit a side air, trying to get some punishes in. Downlight recovery finally takes out one of the blue team members, but oh my goodness, Raikundas hits a ground pound, goes for another, and Doggo's going to punish him for it. Team combo?
Oh, but the weapon
toss.
throw. It was interesting because Doggo technically got another neutral because of the weapon throw, but then he get the eye, so it's a little weird. Ground pound hits. Double down air. Wow, Ragundus getting so much damage in here. And Elsum gets the pivot side stick, actually. Nicely done.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to get some damage out, but the blue team is the one with the lead. Side air. Off stage, gravity cancel neutral light, not going to hit, but he's still able to get back up.
I did like the option. Would have definitely gotten the knockout if Doggo fell into it. Doggo makes it above, though. And the D-Light recovery is going to have to seal the deal there. Elsum getting hit with that sidelight. Ground pound avoided. Can he get the double pogo? Ground pound doesn't work as that sword recovery goes right in between the area of threat from it. And Elsum decides to fight against sword unarmed.
Yeah, he's still trying to play this offstage. You see him come up, just a fake out, hits that down air over the corner. Raikundas, despite the sweat beats, that's that long wall, keeping him alive on Mammoth Fortress.
Weapon throw forward. Liking it. Ragundus off the right side of the stage. Oh, weapon throw down. Nice job with the neutral signature. Side air hit. Side light connects. Doggo gets hit by the side air himself. The nice downline from Ket means that the blue team, it's not past the point of no return yet, Duke.
No.
With them both being on orange here, if both players on the blue team go down here, I would say that there's a very honest chance the red team can bring it back. Neutral light
But
not
they
enough
need to
just
finish
yet.
these stocks.
Yeah, they are having so much trouble with it.
All right, finally they'll take out Ket, they'll take down Raikundas, and now it's even stocks. The red team more damaged, but there's still that potential. They're not out yet.
We just need that Elsum special off the right side of the stage. He's been loving playing over there, and usually Ragundus is willing to entertain him off there too, but we'll see whether that happens or not. Elsum with the D-Light recovery up the top, gets the pogo instead. That's a great start, and Ket's taking a good amount of damage himself. Oh, the
Oh,
double
snap.
D-Light side air. Not the double D-Light,
Yeah.
but they hit both of his opponents at the same time. That's huge.
Caught both of them. Blue team, they're taking damage. Red team finding opportunities. Neutral sig connects onto Raikundas off stage. The blue team has been split for a while, but the
That side
punish.
sig's huge.
Oh, and the
Saved him.
interrupt.
Yeah, that neutral air stopped the sidelight sider from hitting. Doggo now in a 1v2 with that
Oh.
weapon throw. Wait.
Oh.
Okay, Ragundus doing great with that weapon throw to be able to catch Doggo off guard. Will that weapon go over to Doggo? No.
Nope.
Starved.
He hasn't seen a weapon in years.
Oh,
but a
doesn't need
nice
one.
down heavy will push the blue team off stage.
He gets a sideline recovery. Huge hammer picked up. Cider on either player. Could be a win for Doggo here.
This is a tough spot. Oh, the chase. He tries to chain dodge, try to be tricky. The weapon toss doesn't hit. Doggo comes in, side sig. That's going to be a punish, but he's still living. That's
I thought that was it.
Thor life.
Thor defense on Mammoth Fortress. He has one more side air in him.
Exclamation points. He's running out.
Oh, Stomp comes through. Oh, Regardless goes off stage. I thought he was going to take advantage and try to go after Ket with that, but that's it. Downer hits, enough knockback to take him off the bottom. And Ket and Regundus barely take game one off of what was almost a really close comeback there.
Yeah, I mean, red team, they were scrapping, but they still took just a little bit too much damage, and that's going to be the first win going the way of the blue team. And now the blue team are 2 away from closing it out.
That's right. We'll see if Elsom's going to switch again, though, because every time that there has been a loss, Elsom has tended to shift around on the characters. The Toro is a little bit surprising to me, but he's staying with it. And Doggo's also staying with the Thor, so we're going to be going into game number 2. Did we have a change of scenery again, or did we go back to Shipwreck?
I think we went back to Shipwreck,
okay.
if I caught correctly.
That's right.
It's going to be Shipwreck for game number 2, and it seemed like a map that the red team was definitely enjoying, so not too surprised to see them want to come over here. But still, the advantage, getting that game number 1 means that if it keeps oscillating, it could go.
Cat had to do that.
Yeah,
was gone.
Save, yeah. Oh, Elsom. Again?
That's it.
He gets, the chase dodge. Elsom still living. Red team takes a huge early lead 20 seconds into this one.
Elsom is just able to make his opponents do craziness off the side of the stage. Ground pound hits Regundus. Can he make it back? He gets a chase dodge. D-like ground pound comes through. It's been so much unarmed damage off the side of the stage, but Ket is the one that got punished.
Dude, Elsom was literally playing an offstage in sweat beads the whole time. Just finding hits, chase dodging, getting that extra bit, and still red team with the lead.
I love that Nair stopping the ground pound from Ket, allowing Elsom to come back to the stage, and Elsom getting that recovery towards the top. Wonderfully played. Doggo looking for that stomp. But this is a great start for the red team, as that scoop's not even able to take him off the top. But we got double hammer. Okay.
The second time ever
the second
in
time.
history.
You know what? Regundus is really good at using that down stick in center stage, and he gravity cancels with it to make sure that there's no risk of it getting a bounce. And now with that stock coming through, sure, Ket and red, but stock's technically in favor of the blue team.
Yeah, as long as they can keep these stocks alive, get some more damage put out, very real possibility that blue team maintains this lead, but Regundus is the one who could even it up if he gets taken out.
Elsom trying to get those fadeaway side airs. Steal that recovery comes through instead. Regundus having to come back to the stage, falling. No, doesn't get the scoop, gets punched away by the neutralite instead. But that Nair from Ket is some good extra credit, and he really has to make this stock count after losing that first stock so early.
He's trying. He's getting some damage hit after hit, keeping this one alive, trying to play central.
That's
gets
huge.
a stomp, scoop up. Yeah, he's getting extra.
He's got enough damage on Elsom now to where the stock, I feel like, has been worth it. Elsom now in orange, despite the 5 defense from that defense stance. Nice gravity cancel sideline, and the alley-oop for the stomp side. Another stomp there. Elsom is just having so much trouble as Ket has been popping off on the second stock, and Elsom sets up the Nair for Regundus.
And Doggo now down to his final stock. Ket lost his first stock so fast, and Elsom might be the one to join him in the final stocks. Ket does lose it. Stock count evened up.
Oh, Regundus could go for that unarmed recovery, and that could just take Elsom down. Cider instead. No dodge on Elsom means he has to use to get back to the stage right there. Regundus fighting Doggo on the right side of the stage. Can Ket get the stock? Team combo on Doggo. The neutral stick charged all the way up, and that neutral light was almost enough from the other side of the stage.
So incredibly damaged. It is enough. Couldn't get back to it. Doggo's the one in trouble, though. Final stock here for the red team. Blue team really just taking this one back.
Ooh, sidelight hits. Sidelight coming through. Doggo goes for the kick. Some friendly fire from Ket. Not great for the blue team, but Regundus still has another stock to play with. Down sig gets punished by a side sig, and that dash jump sider does hit Doggo. Regundus still alive, but if Ket goes down, that could be blue team throwing away this potential win, because, man, if they get into that 1v2, it is so tough against Doggo and Elsom.
Oh, good dodge through. Doesn't get taken out by the ground pound. Doggo hanging out. You can see Ket sitting on the wall there, knows that he's the linchpin for the team. Doggo's chasing it. Got them both. Still not enough.
Oh, and Elsom gets the D-Light side air. Doggo goes in for that. Okay, that's it for Ket. And Regundus now behind. Gets hit by the ground pound sidelight weapon throw. Double weapon throw on the other side of the stage. Elsom gets it with the Nair. Has to land on the stage. No dodge, but he chase dodges all the way out there.
really wanted to try to find a hit onto Doggo. Couldn't quite find it though. Recovery. Oh, snap. There's still a chance. There's still a chance. Downlight recovery. Not quite enough. He's got a hammer. Watch out for the down sig.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ragundas. Oh, he goes for this weird side air. He gets back to the
What?
stage. He gets in there.
What?
One there. Ragundas goes into the
Punish!
net. That was the craziest 50-50 I've ever seen. But the down
Oh, it
air
hits
hits the
the
side of the
stage.
stage. It hits the top of the stage instead. And Ragundas goes over the stop sider. Gets side light
enough.
slayered himself. Does he even have the jumps to make it back? He does it diagonal
Oh.
dodge, and Doggo wins.
The short wall of shipwreck again. Not doing any favors for any players. Red team clutches out game number 2. They had such a huge lead to kick it off, and the blue team was bringing that back.
Wow, yeah, what a crazy matchup. And Cat having such an amazing performance after losing that stock so early on. Oh, Ragundas. I mean, it was a tough recovery to make, but man, seeing him touch that stage would have been it. But here we go in a game number 3. We have a chance for a game 5 scenario here in the grand final reset as they are now tied up 1-1. Doggo and Elsum versus Kent and Ragundas with both players or both teams having taken a set off the other.
They're thinking long and hard about these map picks, and I very much expect no more shipwreck opportunities off of a Doggo Elsum win. I think Kent and Ragundas are going to ban it out every single time, and it's going to be left to 2 tri-platform maps and like a mammoth.
It's literally exactly what happened. I mean, I guess Miami Dome is like...
But it's like there with the tri-plats.
It is one of those... It fits the same style of what people are looking for when it comes to those map bans. And Mammoth being the only thing available that's agreeable between both teams is we're going to be going for game number 3 as all of the legends remain the same. We've seen 2, will we see 3 down sigs from Bodvar and center of the stage. I really like how Ragundas has been using that as a mix-up to catch people and really take them off the side when they're high enough damage for it to work.
And the big thing here, like, we saw the start of this one where Elsum went in off stage unarmed, and like there was just so much extra wall. Elsum has to do so much more work if he wants to get these offstage edge guards.
Yeah, let's see how it works here. As that recovery from Ragundas hits Elsum. And the blue team is like a slight lead. Elsum hasn't really been able to get that offstage craziness to start just yet. Chance here as that ground pound comes through, but Ket makes it back, and Elsum has to go to the other side of the stage.
Elsum's taking quite a bit of damage here. The alley-oop, the recovery into the side air, and now Elsum, first one on in the second stock.
Side sig whiffs. Nice punch from Elsum. Gets the recovery though, and the weapon throw
weapon
might have
toss.
taken Doggo out. No, but the Thor neutral signature coming in real clutch for that recovery. Means that Doggo gets to keep on living.
And credit to Elsum for being able to protect, make sure he blocks out both blue team members so Doggo could do that safely.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Weapon, let's see if weapon throw is going to come out here on the left side of the stage. No, okay, Doggo goes off the top. Can Ket make it back? Neutral stick from Elsum gets punished. There's so many neutral attacks that hit Elsum at once. As you said, the DI came into play there. But even it up now. Elsum, the only one with a little bit of damage on the field.
Yeah, just a little bit behind everyone else, but still very doable on either side. But with the way that this one is swinging, right, back and forth, could see this one in game number 5 on Mammoth Fortress.
Ooh, side light comes through, recovery as well. Elsum falls with the nair. Neutral light connects. Ket, D-light recovery hits. Recovery from Ragundas doesn't quite hit either. Nair comes through. Oh no, Ragundas. Can he get the D-light? He can't. And now the red team is so close to being out.
Oh, he jumped into it.
That's a pretty big hit coming out from Ket. And the neutral light from there just barely doesn't knock out Elsum off the left side of the stage. Elsum with such great survivability.
Yeah, blue team has not taken that much damage since losing those first stocks. They've just been vibing and living, and they're just adding more and more damage. I don't even know if they're worried about taking out Elsum as much as they maybe just want to take out Doggo here.
Doggo ground pounds to safety of the left side of the stage, just waiting for a weapon spawn here. Ket and Ragundas doing well in center. Recovery comes through from Elsum, but still, surprised Elsum's not out, but I think you're right. I think they're just kind of like, let's just take down Doggo. We won't even have to worry about Elsum. If they get touched by like anything, even like a downlight on Sword might have, you know, pretty anticlimactic for that stock, for how long Elsum lasted.
He lived for a while, but he also fell quite quickly. Ground pound coming out from Doggo, was able to take out Ragundas.
Nice double pogo coming out from Elsum. Gets the double dare. Ooh, Elsum tries to go in for the falling side air, and Doggo hits. Weapon throw comes forward. Elsum can't get the down lights. And Cat. No. Brigundas used the downlight on Cat for a chase dodge to reposition. Nice job making use of that blunder. But if Cat goes down here, this is a lot like game one where I was like, this isn't out of the realm of possibility for Doggo and Elsum to bring it back if they're able to take Cat down to one stock here.
Definitely would still be a challenge, though. They're getting so much damage put out. They need to take out Rygundas here on the left side. Elsum trying to do it with the edge guard. Rygundas with the sweat beads, but again, long walls for Mammoth, keeping Rygundas alive.
Man, I can't believe Cat's still surviving on this stock too. Goes in for the stomp. Nair's not hitting. Both players playing relatively on top of each other. And that side air, man, Mammoth is doing a great job of keeping them alive from these strong hitting moves there. When they hit the Sairs, they tend to be hitting them on the opposite side of the stage.
So they're just getting launched, but then coming back. You see Rygundas with the disengage, goes all the way to the outside. Elsum needs to live. Doggo needs to live if they want a chance at this 1v2. The neutral light actually gets stuffed out there.
Man, it is... When a opponent... Fine, side air comes in there, but it's like... I'm constantly being impressed at how they're able to hit neutral lights that just barely don't knock out a player with 300 damage on them. But
they're really playing for, like, let's get as much damage as possible. Side light, side air, finishes it up 2-1 in favor of Cat and Rygundas, and they're on
and we can
point.
see the damage taken across the board, all above 500, nearly at 700 for Elsum, and one of those stocks was a accident. So it was like, wow, you were really taking a lot of damage on the Tori. That is not what you'd expect to see. And now we're one game away, Duke, from Cat and Rygundas being the champions.
They could easily become the spring champions for 2022 if they win one more game. Otherwise, we're going to game number 5. And the big question for me is, what's the map? Of course, not Miami. Of course, Shipwreck is going to be left on the board, but what else is there going to be? And will Cat and Rygundas just go to something different?
I think that when I'm imagining what the stage striking situation is, I'd imagine they take him to Shipwreck Apocalypse Crystal Temple, which is where as I was thinking it, they did it, so I was kind of cheating, I guess, because it's what literally happened. And I really don't think they want to go to Crystal Temple or Apocalypse at all. So Shipwreck just ends up being what's happening.
Interesting.
And what happens is we get this weird band dynamic, which is like, yeah, sure, Cat Rygundas would prefer Mammoth over Shipwreck, but they aren't going to go to any of those other stages.
It really feels like it's like we get our map, you get your map, and we'll just alternate.
And in a situation like this, where Cat and Rygundas have that map pick advantage, right, or map ban advantage, where if they lose this, they get to take Shipwreck out of the equation, they're pretty favorable here being up 2-1. And that's the benefit of being up a game in a set ever.
That's again, that's what I was trying to say with the that first map win. Winning game number 1 gives you such a huge advantage in this alternating.
When maps look like they're that important. Because there are some times where maps just don't matter between two teams, but between these two teams, I think it's a pretty big deal. And we see here, first stock could go either way for anybody, because even though Doggo hasn't taken that much damage, we know what happens off stage on Shipwreck Falls.
Definitely seen people lose stocks quickly. Doggo trying to follow up off the neutral light, couldn't quite get it. Cat on the right side is going to eat a down air, but nope, can't come back, and might be a double. Yep.
Oh, and Rygundas falls off the bottom of the stage, and Doggo and Elsa make an argument, a very strong argument for a Game 5 scenario here.
But
they fight back.
On the debate team, really.
Oh, yeah, and look at that. He's going to go off the side of the stage to the side stick. Doggo's got no recoveries. He has to dodge back to the stage. But I was surprised the stomp there wasn't primed there. Elsum really got into their faces and stopped that from happening. But yeah, Rygundas almost went for the double knockout after I said that. And look at this. Side air comes through. Side air connects, and that could be an even game. Will they get the alley-oop? He does dash forward for the sideline, and Elsum takes a good amount of damage.
Yeah, Elsum's got to be careful. Every single time the blue team launches Doggo, they immediately try to collapse onto Elsum. Team combo opportunity, but Elsum's going to take damage on the back of the head.
Oh, Nair hits. Rygundas going to the right side of the stage. Sidelight connects. D-Light comes through. Stomp, scoop off the top. Cats goes in. Oh, he waits, and Doggo got a hard read with the neutral stick of Rygundas. He misses the wall again, and Doggo is now on 3 stocks to Rygundas' 1. He goes down as I say it, but it's still such a huge lead.
Yeah, this is a solid lead for the red team, but I mean, they had a big lead in game number 2. The blue team was able to bring it back, but now things are looking great for the red team as Rygundas and Cat are both on their final stocks.
Nair hits, recovery hits as well. Cat falls to the down air. Doggo Oh, Stomp Cider comes through. Cider hits Cat. Oh, man, so much damage coming in for the blue team. That was just a complete scrap of back and forth wake-ups, and Cat is the one that goes down as a result. And Ragundus has just been not having a good time with Shipwreck Falls Wall right now. I mean, they were helping him out, but it's 4 stocks to 1. They really want to be able to take the momentum from the blue team going into Game 5, because that will be the final game for sure, and that was awesome. But Elsum was kind of giving it to him, too.
Yeah. Definitely red team kind of playing with their food a little bit. They know they've got such a sizable lead here. Elsum's got to be a little careful, though. Not that a 1v1 for Raigundas would be too easy, but...
I've seen Elsum and Sweat Beads so much more than any other player when it comes to chasing people off stage. That D-Light Cider will do it, and we are going to a Game 5.
All right, game number 5 between the two of them. Who could ask for more, right? A reset into a game number 5. Australia doing us favors. They're trying to get as much airtime as possible, but right now, who's going to close it out? Are we going to Mammoth? I got to hope that the red team says, you know what? I know that you like winning on Mammoth, but what if we just didn't? Because they do have 3 maps to pick from.
It's really tough because it comes down to the preference of the team and what maps they have prepared and where they're comfortable playing.
Just play uncomfortable.
Just because they've been losing on Mammoth doesn't mean that Mammoth isn't what they think is their best bet to win.
That's fair. That's fine. I am of the opinion, make the other team uncomfortable.
Just go to the Great Hall.
Yeah, just do something. Do something weird. You already have lost twice on Mammoth.
Enigma, and just
different.
get D-Light recovered off the top by Elsum off the top.
Change the storyline, because we've seen chapters 1 through 4, and it's going to be on the red team to make the decision on what is going to be chapter 5. Are they going to be closing it out and being crowned the spring champions, or will the underdogs, Ket and Raigundas, be the spring champions?
We have literally one game to decide that now at this point, right? Because the reset came through. 2. Both players have lost a set. Now we are in here in the grand final reset, and it's Game 5, and it's in a situation where both players are like, okay, they're taking a moment, they're taking a step back. Let's figure out what legends we want to lock in. It's going to be the last legends that we locked in, win or lose, so the rest of the spring championship 2v2 section. And what map is it going to be as well? I'm fully expecting Shipwreck to be banned right off the bat.
100%.
But then afterwards, I am interested. Are they going to like have your mindset with the pick here where they're like, Mammoth might be what we're most comfortable on, but it's not been working. Maybe we go somewhere where both teams are uncomfortable.
I think Shipwreck, Apocalypse, and Crystal are going to be instant bans for the blue team. And I think we have a very real possibility of kind of a similar thing where they leave Great Hall, Miami Dome, and Mammoth, and just hope that the red team goes to it.
Last time it was Enigma, Miami Dome, and Mammoth. I think it was what it was, because you were theorizing.
It was a triplat.
You were
Miami
theorizing
Dome.
the triplat. So I'm like, I think the sweet spot for both teams is they equally hate the Great Hall.
Okay.
So if what you want is going to happen, that's where we would go.
I think
because it would be the most uncomfortable matchup.
Definitely a possibility. Honestly, if I was on the red team, I think I would lean towards Miami Dome. Just because like you have a lot of good options there. Like the Hattori Sword neutral sig going to be really strong. And just as I spoke, right, the instant bans from Ket on Apocalypse, Crystal, and Shipwreck.
Blue would never ban. They would never ban Mammoth Fortress, would they? If they did, that would be as tri-platform as it gets. That is like
that's as many. You just going for platforms.
It's been a long time since I've seen a ban towards Enigma, Great Hall, and Miami Dome. It is very often, or not very often, that we see that. And I was going to say it's very often that we see it when trying to make somebody super uncomfortable, because a lot of Brawlhalla competition just tends to favor platformless stages like Shipwreck and Mammoth Fortress when it feels like not having a platform. So we'll have to see. They're really this entire conversation is between Mammoth, Great Hall, and I was wrong.
Okay.
It was they took out Miami Dome.
They went
so
two tri-platforms in Mammoth.
I mean, it's up to the red team now whether they go to Mammoth or not. This is the Great Hall pick. Is this the Great Hall pick?
Oh, okay. They're going to go to Mammoth, which is a tough call. It's kind of to your point, right? It's like, do you go for what you're most comfortable with or what you hope the opposing team is least comfortable with? And they're going for what they want, the comfort. And it's going to be game number 5. But the last 2 times they went here, it went the favor of Raigundas and Ket.
That's right. We'll have to see what happens here, because the winner of this matchup is going to be the 2022 Spring Champions in Australia. Let's see how it plays out. Elsum on the right side of the stage, not getting the offstage exchange that he looks for at the beginning of every game. And the blue team is struggling to get a hit on Doggo.
Yeah, red team looking better at the start of this one, but again, there's still plenty of time to get that damage. Not too concerned just yet, but Ket kind of hanging out on the wall there. Great follow-up from Doggo.
Ooh, side light, side air
Oh,
hits,
Elsem.
weapon throw comes down, Ragundus comes back to the side of the stage, goes back up, side air comes through, down air hits, Elsem with the spear trying to make it back. Down air connects as well, and that side light will come through. But
Trying to go
man,
for the target
this is-
swaps. Doggo's
this is-
taking damage.
This is like, for a game 5, this is as game 5 as it gets with both players being like, guys, let's not lose those stocks super early on. And we can really see the pressure coming in here as that friendly fire comes through. And Elsem takes a sidelight side air. Team combo opportunity, but blue team opts just to hold center.
Red team has been split for a while, though. Elsem fighting his way over to Doggo. Doggo comes in, hits the nair. Ket, pretty damaged. Opportunity. They're going to get a soft punish there with the side air.
Doggo goes over the stomp, but a falling sider gets him, and man, Elsem, Doggo, just knowing how to survive the upper limits here on Mammoth
Roll the
Fortress,
Sair.
finally goes down. Will Ragundus go down the other side? Stomp, recovery, doesn't get the Russian Mafia. Elsem finishes the combo with an unarmed recovery, and Ragundus goes right off the top afterwards. Doggo, the only one with 3 stocks on the screen.
At face value, it's weird to go for the Russian Mafia, but going for a chase dodge off of the stomp is probably the safest thing you can do.
In a
And what's the
1v2?
only follow-up, right, is you
Yeah.
go for that recovery. So it looks weird at first, but I kind of get it.
Neutral light connects, but it's going to need more than that to take down Thor. Elsem on the left side of the stage. Goes up
Nice.
the recovery.
Yep, got through that weapon toss, side light, side air. Stock count evened up, like you said, the most game 5-iest game 5 in the grand finals you could ask for.
Ooh, Elsem avoids the side air, sweats back to the stage. Ket falls in for that side light nair. And Elsem with the spear on the right side of the stage is trying to get that ground pound. And one actually connects. Second one does not, however. And Doggo goes towards the top of the stage. Nice neutral light. Neutral light from Ket gets the neutral light air. Man, Doggo, really the only one that's like on top of the fact that he has super high defense, also just not getting hit that much. And Ragundus looks like he's going to be the first one to go down if he's not careful.
Yeah, he's definitely taking quite a bit of damage. Side light, side air, though. Doggo on the left side, blue team trying to decide, do they want to take out Elsem? Do they want to keep this pressure on Doggo? Recovery connects, Ragunda's on the final stock. Red team with the slight advantage if they can maintain this.
Oh.
Great alley-oop, the handoff to get the KO.
Oh, and a side light, D-light,
Red.
side air to open up on Ragundus is potentially, I mean, this is just his final
Yeah, it
stock.
is.
Like, I had to think about this. Like, oh yeah, no, win or lose. This is going to be it for Ken Ragundus. And now, Elsem and Doggo are getting even more damage on the blue team as Elsem really pop it off, but he's got to be careful. Luckily, Mammoth Fortress has like 5 times the wall of the shipwreck.
That Kranit's got sunglasses. It is so extra in favor of the red team. And blue team trying to find those finishing blows. Gets the side light, side air, gets the recovery. You can't ask for more, Taza.
You're right. This is incredibly close between both teams here. Falling side air doesn't hit. The second one does. Ragundus looking for a weapon. Ket gets an orb, but stops Saren for it. Doggo, oh no, friendly fire from Elsem on the down signature really interrupts the momentum, and Ket gets through on both players. The neutral light, side air. We just hear so many orb sidelights going around, but he gets hit into the neutral sig of Elsem.
The active frames helping out the red team. Blue team slightly more damage, not quite in the KO percents, but the chase up. Ragunda's the end sig. It's all left to Ket.
Oh, and Ket in the 1v2. Oh, he gets over the sideline. Is that going to be it, dude?
Good coverage. The offstage opportunity, that's a burn dodge. You see Elsem full disengage after burning that dodge.
Oh, tries to get back to the stage.
He's stuck. He gets up.
Oh, neutral light comes through. It's so tough. He would have to rely on Elsem to go off stage for something crazy with the spear here.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be so hard to get through. Only hammer side airs at this point. He can't even risk going for stomps.
He can barely risk a side light as the side air connects on his back. He doesn't have the hammer anymore. A pogo, a ground pound, anything could take him out. Ket barely gets back up. Oh, he's just narrowly avoiding getting taken out inside of that. And there it is. Red team closes it out. Doggo and Elsem are going to be your spring champions.
Doggo and Elsem. What an awesome comeback coming out. They were sent down to the elimination bracket by the team that they just fought in grand finals and then won 2 best-of-5s back-to-back in that grand final reset. What an amazing performance coming out from them, and well-deserved as seeds #1 into the tournament. The upset was a little surprising to me, but man, Ket and Ragundus played really well for this weekend.
For sure. I mean, they were making Doggo and Elsem fight for it. I mean, even at the very end, I was not confident, right? The blue team, they had won Mammoth so many times against Doggo and Elsem. They had won game 1. They won game 3. I was like, they're going back for game #5, and I thought for sure they were going to win it again.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Doggo and Ellison, for being the Australian 2022 Spring Champions for 2v2. What an amazing performance, Duke. And I'm just looking forward to seeing that team do even better throughout the year.
And like we've been saying, right, this is the lead up, the final opportunity to get any PR going into the mid-season championship, where I believe only one from Australia can get that plane ticket. So having that win here in doubles, it doesn't really help you get that plane ticket, but it helps you get the emotional win into 1v1s, which is how you get that plane ticket.
Yeah, that's right. That's going to be happening in the next weekend. But, Duke, is that going to be it for the Spring Championship today?
No. We got more action coming at you. Southeast Asia is coming up in just a little bit. So many favorites, so much good action in that region. We're going to take a short little break, and when we come back, we'll be bringing you more Spring Championship action. You don't want to miss it.
Spring Championships continues to move on as we move up the ocean line to get towards Southeast Asia. We have more doubles action coming up for you next. We just saw the end of Australia, but now it's time to see SEA. I'm Ajax, and I'm once again back with Rain. How you doing today, man?
Ajax, I'm feeling phenomenal. It may be late at night for us right now, but it is nice, bright, and early in the morning over there across the seas. And what better way to spend your night than with some fantastic Brawlhalla action here today. And speaking of that, we got some phenomenal games coming up within our schedule right here. First, we have Reaper and Vortex facing off against Sire and Himway. Ajax, as you see the PRs up there, obviously this is probably going to be a pretty close matchup, but what are your initial thoughts heading into game number one?
Well, for the beginning of that, you see on the other side, too, we see actually an upset that happened. There's no Tiger amidst all of this. Jerry K and Tatat actually took them out. Tiger teaming with Keith, so that's already a change up that we weren't expecting to see. But on the other side of things, when it comes to seeing Reaper and Vortex, BCX champs, winter champs, they have fought against Himway and Sire as well the past 2 times, and they came out on top. So even though Himway and Sire, I believe they were able to get the W on them in winners in the championship side of Winters, it was still Reaper and Vortex who ran it back 3-0 at Winters to close it out. It seems like we're probably going to be running down that same line here today because they've been 3-0ing people. They've been running through everybody. It was 3-1 against Tiger and Keith in semis, but still, incredible play, super consistent play. I think that's going to be rough going into this to see if they can get the W.
Yeah, absolutely. They have all the momentum coming into this matchup, and what I want to see initially within this is, okay, are they going to take their foot off the gas, or are they going to keep on pushing forward? Because just like what we saw within the end of that Australia matchup is once that reset kicks in the grand finals, it turns into a whole new ball game. So I really want to see, if I'm a Reaper or Vortex fan, keep it going. Keep dominating, keep hitting your 3-0s, and finish strong in this bracket. But I mean, dude, you can't ever sleep on Tiger.
You can't sleep on much of anything right now because even though this is championships, this is Springs, Steel Series threw everything that was logic into the trash, both in doubles week and in singles week, because everybody got upset. And that's why tomorrow all of EU is completely different as we're seeing a bunch of changes happen there. But still, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see as we take a look here. You could see right there the amount of wins on the side of Reaper and Vortex for doubles, man. And on the other side of it, too, Himway and Sire have always been that, they've always been consistent, but we're seeing them get to be the bridesmaid, but never the bride. They haven't been able to take over that top spot yet. Can today be the day? Who knows? But from looking at those stats right there, I mean, just the 7-5 on the side of the 2 of them, Reaper's been here quite a bit, and he understands how to close it out.
Yeah, well, I think what's a better way to see it than to dive into the action right here and right now. We have game number 1 in a best-of-5 coming up. Reaper and Vortex going against Himway and Sire. And wow, look at the legend
completely different.
What?
Completely different than what I was expecting to see here. So usually you see we see a healthy dose of Bryn amongst the teams with these. Ogrim being a very smart choice, regardless of Himway, to go with the Ogrim instead of Bryn, maybe a little change up to try and mix things up. But it's the other side, the Jala and the Barraza on the side of Reaper Vortex. How are you feeling about this team lineup they have?
I think it's very interesting because we have 4 legends, ultimately on the stage right now that all use Axe with Jala, Ogrim, Raymond, and Reaper. Oh, big edge guard right there. Oh, it's Sire. Wait, with the dare. Oh, but the recovery, that was exhausted. Okay, it still isn't enough. Oh, double pound. What?
Closing it out there is Himway finishing the food. You saw Sire kept picking at the plate, closing that just a little bit more, getting a lot of food off of it, but couldn't get the whole thing. And Himway said, hold up, I'm going to get these, no leftovers.
Just absolute perfect calculations coming out from Himway right here. But look at Reaper's health. Down goes Himway, but Reaper is already in that dark orange as well, as we do just see Sire go down as well. So 2 stocks all around for every player, but Reaper at a very, very, very big deficit.
Whoa, oh my God. Do you like the sound of Axe? Because we're hearing quite a bit of it. And that's, I think, the fact that we're seeing so many, for one, but 2, the blue team having double Axe out is a very easy way to get themselves back in. Damage-wise, we're seeing a lot of damage right now on the side of Reaper. He is pretty unhealthy with that Barraza, as we're seeing him hold center stage. He does not want to move forward.
Oh, no. And that was so tough right there with the side stick coming down and hurt the opponent. Sire on the edge now. Oh, wonderful recovery from Reaper. Weapon throw coming down now for Himway, looking for the confirmed KO, and another ground pound and a knuckle sandwich right to the mouth. Himway and Sire now stay in the lead.
That was good defense on Himway too, because you saw the GC6 come out there as like a stall option, but also, hey, come here quickly so I can mess you up. But Himway realizing and now getting a lot of damage, and then another KO going off the top there, but this time it's the Sire, and also on the side of Himway. We are back to an even game. Not too much of a difference in life here.
Yeah, and what I'm liking a lot right now, though, by this red team currently is look at the combo setups, right? And every time Sire seems to be in trouble or Himway is in trouble, you see each of them helping each other out every single time. And now we have Vortex in a very, very tough situation in the dark red here.
Yeah, Vortex screaming,
no!
help me! Help! Vortex was stuck without a weapon for so long, finally got access to one, decided to go in with the D-Light, or GC D-Light, and got punished for it. Now it's 2v1. This is such a difficult situation to get around. Tried to get a reversal. Wait a minute!
Wait!
Does
No
not get the
recovery.
wall touch.
Wow.
Rain, this is still doable. This is still very doable.
I mean, oh my goodness, comeback season, the momentum has completely shifted, and you're seeing why PR #1 is, in fact, this team right now with Reaper, but D-Light, Sair, true combo to confirm the KO. The red team stays alive, but two, they have what it takes to keep it going, because I'm not going to lie, at the very end of that matchup, absolutely terrifying.
So when you look at it from the start, right, Himway had that double KL to start things off, closed it out after that really good edge guard coming in from Sire. And then at the end, it was Himway who was still able to close it out. But as the match kept progressing, you saw Reaper and Vortex keep themselves in it. So even though they were looking at a deficit stock-wise for a good while, they were never really out of the game. And then when Reaper was able to keep his self composed, like you're talking about, PR1 has been there, knows how to get out of that situation. Can you replicate that? I don't know, but we're going to see here in game number 2.
And there goes the Bryn. That's exactly what we were expecting in match #1. But, you know, it is nice to see it coming out now in match #2. Maybe Reaper and Vortex are like, okay, you're right. We got to keep our foot on the gas. We got to stay locked in and composed and going back to their roots a little bit here. But, wow. Himway right now is just going insane with these nairs back and forth. Wonderful recovery. Again, another sidelight nair. Himway is absolutely unstoppable on this lance currently.
This is vehicular like manslaughter right now. He can't get through. The gas pedal is always being pushed down from Himway. But this is a good opportunity for Sire. Can reverse this, but actually gets around that. Good job from Vortex going back to center, not trying to deal with that.
Yeah, and I'm loving, nice recovery right there from Himway to confirm the KO. Okay, no, but again, same situation as last time. Look at Reaper's health. It's literally the exact same scenario we had last time. So Reaper needs to find a way to make the most out of that high defense with Barraza and stay alive on this stock without putting Vortex at a 2v1 deficit.
Yeah, and also very similar situation besides just that health. The red team holding on to that stock for a good while. The Sair did finally come out to take out Himway's stock, but Sire is doing an amazing job of just holding on to that stock as long as possible. Look how much damage the blue team has taken. They cannot take him out.
Okay. Sire finally goes down, but again, look exactly what he's talking about. The damage output is huge, and the deficit is here. And, I mean, if you're thinking right now, you know, that this is going to be a cakewalk for Vortex and Reaper, I mean, we got a whole nother thing coming. I think they might have heard that comment about the bridesmaid, and I think they're ready to take it all the way.
Hey, look, when you go down 2 times in a row, you start to feel some type of way. You want to get that W. And that you learn, you make adjustments, and the adjustments are being made, Rain. Currently, Himway and Sire still up 2 stocks only in the yellow.
Watch. Okay, quick, watch this edge guard right here. Okay, no, perfect rotation back in. Well played by Reaper and Vortex right now, but Himway still is pulling off so much damage. And it's just the chemistry between, oh no, Sire! Okay, lost the dodge, was able to get it back. Sidelight Sair comes out, confirms the KO, and it is now 4 stocks to 1 stock. The Sair comes out, weapon throws are flying, hitting each other. Sire goes way far off the edge. But,
this is one of those games where you start looking at game 3. You start looking at game 3 and now Himway taunting over there. And Himway's going to get the punish and doesn't even get the stock. Didn't even get the stock on that in the midst of that.
No!
Well, and that was 3 apiece that time, too. Really good adjustments for both sides. You know what's something that was really strong in that game by comparison to the first one, too? And not only was Himway kind of controlling the whole game the first time with Lance, but in that one, he interrupted a lot of strings that Sire was getting caught in. You would just go in, quickly hit with Sidelight on Axe, quickly hit with Nair, and then back off. So the team communication between these two is phenomenal. They're keeping so much damage off the table for Reaper and Vortex. I don't even know what Reaper and Vortex are going to do. I feel like a wide stage is your only answer because they were getting completely destroyed on Apocalypse anytime Lance was out and anytime, for that matter, when Double Axe was out. Like, they didn't really have an answer. What do you think their approach is going to be, because we're actually running it right back?
They definitely have to find more of their synchronicity. As we look back at that stat sheet right there prior, there was literally a 500 damage difference between Reaper and Vortex and Hemway and Sire, right? So clearly Reaper and Vortex they're just not on the same page, both with their combo starting as well as making the most opportunities. So, you know, just take a breath, really kind of get your bearings down and lock in and do what you do best, which is absolutely dominate in team coordinated combos. And look at this right now. See, they're playing independently, but notice how they're having each other's backs. And I think that's the big difference that's going to bring them back in this matchup.
One thing that's helping a lot here too is that, that for one,
Nice,
and then the
nice.
follow-up coming in from Sire was not going to be enough, but the switch to Rayman has actually led Vortex to winning more 1v1s than before, because I feel like Vortex wasn't able to really put enough fear into them in that previous match, and it's looking a lot better here already to start things off.
Yeah, and, you know, something that's interesting, too, is, you know, that was such a huge stare right there. Again, Hemway, although lost that first stock, Hemway has been an absolute MVP for this red team right now, just with the ability to build up damage and confirm KOs.
Yeah.
But here we go. Dangerous 2v1 combos coming out. And Sig, big bada boom, knock him out of the stage. And just like that, Vortex and Reaper are right back in it with a 5-stock to 3-stock lead.
Talk about take advantage of a situation while you have it. As soon as they finally got rid of Sire's stock, jumped all over Hemway to make sure that that great defense that happened before doesn't matter because you're stuck in the true strings. And it's still on the side.
Are you hearing this?
Dude, Vortex
4
refuses
axes.
to die. Finally goes down after all that.
4 axes just flying everywhere. Somehow 2 stock to 1 stock for each team right now. But Hemway at a massive damage deficit right now. Oh, big end light comes out. Reaper's probably going to be looking for a D-Sig maybe right here. But Hemway go for the 0-0.
Oh my God!
The true KO confirm option just like that. It is now a 2v1 out of nowhere. Hemway pops off.
Hemway is absolutely the MVP of the set. No matter how the rest of the set goes, is the crucial factor to if they win this right now.
And dude, and I'm right there with you, Ajax, but the hardest thing right now for Vortex is Vortex has to get rid of Hemway. Because when you are playing against players that are this, exhaust recovery, nice GCN like first kill. When you're playing against players that are this good, although Hemway is about, 1 or 2 hits away from losing the stock, these 2v2 combos that come out, they will absolutely punish you and dominate you in every scenario they get. So Vortex has to find a way to come back in this matchup, or this might be a 3-0.
And currently, Vortex is stuck between one of the worst situations. Okay, Sarah finally comes through, finds the mark. You just had to play super carefully here. Now, Sire getting rid of the axe, gets the axe back. Actually, I thought the weapon cycle was going to be the gauntlet on that one. I did not see. But the gauntlet is out. Vortex hasn't really shown that he was able to win a lot of 1v1s before Rain. But since the Rayman has come out, it's been looking a lot better here in game 3.
Yeah, and what I'm liking about Sire right now is notice that Sire's only going for engagements that really aren't able to be punished as much. We're seeing a lot of D-lights. We're seeing a lot of backdash into end-lights to be safe. A lot of weapon throws to create distance. But Vortex is adapting in a GC D-line to recovery.
Wait a minute.
One stock, Ajax.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Vortex was stuck in one of the worst positions before, but was able to get rid of it. Wait, Sire getting the mix.
Yeah, you see that? That was crazy. Sire did not mean to do that combo whatsoever, but it worked out, and that was a huge damage buildup. Oh, wait, right here.
All right, recovery's not going to be on the mark. Sweatbeat's coming through. Vortex getting advantage of that. Gets back to the gauntlets. Vortex is looking for a big starter. He's gotten quite a few D-lights pretty safely, but I think Sire's looking for that right now so he can get the free punish because he is deep in the red.
Oh, no, and this is where it gets dangerous. No, Sire did not want to commit to the gauntlets. Vortex has realized that. Nice weapon smart here. Here we go. Axe against axe. Remember, one of the strongest weapons in the game. A combo from each of these players right now will, in fact, confirm the KO. Big dare, big Sare. One more right here from Vortex. Can
he closes it out? What a god!
Wow.
Vortex gets around the 2v1, gets around being behind in the deficit on the stock count, goes deep into the red. One Sare, in Light center stage, he would have been so deep he would have had to deal with the weapon toss. And he kept dodging around it. He avoided the end light, he avoided the D light, and as soon as he realized that Sire was getting really antsy for the KO, punished him so hard for it. That was beautiful, and we get more games.
Yeah, and it is just, I think my favorite thing about that is that Vortex ended that match with a taunt. And right there, that's saying like, hey, I'm not going down without a fight. Y'all thought y'all were about to 3-0 us? You thought you were going to 3-0 us? No.
Exactly.
Not today. And just like that, they are right back in this matchup. Quick reminder, it is best of 5, currently 2-1 in favor of Sire and Himway, but Reaper and Vortex definitely with the momentum right now, Ajax.
Exactly. You do not want to be taking a trip to the elimination bracket the way that Himway has been playing right now. You do not want to have to reset that later. But with that wake up from Vortex, switching over to the Rayman after the startup that they had, Sideson coming through, landing its mark, and that gives them a free 2v1 on top of Sire, but just avoids getting knocked out on the top.
And that was a huge side sig right there. And the damage is coming out once again so efficiently from this red team. Can we see Reaper and Vortex pull out just a little bit more of that magic, or is the tank running on E?
Well, they got to watch out for the Lance. Lance has been putting in so much work. They have not respected sidelights. They have been getting punished repeatedly, but finally a punish on the Sare. Going to be pushing them away, and here comes Sire to try and defend, but Sire immediately gets smacked away too.
Yeah. And you know what's so interesting? Reaper with a wonderful KO there. Again, look at Reaper's health. It's been like this exact position now literally 4 games in a row. Oh, Sire coming off of the edge. They're unable to connect. Huge dare. Nice recovery. Okay, Sire was able to make it back. That would have been huge right there. Look at Vortex.
I was actually just about to say, you talk like the health on Reaper has been one thing, but you talked about last game. How is it 2-1? Because Vortex did the same thing. Vortex held on to that first stock forever, and the Rayman really has just been what has woken it up. Vortex. I might have gotten annoyed by those taunts, the emotes coming in from Himway with how good he was playing, but if that'll light you up, take advantage of it.
Absolutely. So here we go, man. It is 3 stocks to 3 stocks, and Vortex and Reaper have come alive. But Himway, doing what Himway has done best throughout this entire tournament, is coming to the ultimate form of pop off City Central with this Lance. We saw it in game 1, we saw it in game 2, and the damage buildup is absolutely incredible for Himway.
Himway is really flying out here with gas prices like this. Like, you have any idea? You have any idea how expensive these sidelight nairs are? Like,
Probably a lot. Probably a lot.
That is a $60 sidelight nair. Oh, coming in off the top, gonna get the KO. That is huge because Vortex held onto it forever last time. But that is a free fall all the way at the bottom. We have 1 apiece. This is actually as even as it could get.
Yeah, no, it is honest. I think statistically, like the exact same numbers in terms of damage output for both teams right now. Pretty much what this is going to come down to is Sire going to get eliminated first, or is it going to be Reaper? Notice how Reaper's trying to be so careful right now. Oh, but the combos are coming out. Holy cow.
You know, even on the other side of it, you have to watch out if you're Vortex too, because you remember that Himway stock that he was able to get?
That's true.
Deep off stage, that was like in the yellow when that happened. So you have to watch out, but now it's actions aplenty. And
oh, man. Ooh, big Sare still not enough to confirm the KO. Vortex looking for the full recovery. Nice. D-Light into recovery, but Sire with the back-to-back recovery combo KO, and that's gonna do it. Sire and Himway with the upset of the tournament takedown. Reaper and Vortex.
So many stocks flew at the end that I got so surprised seeing Sire at the windscreen because it was D-Light recovery into punish on that recovery into punish on that recovery from Sire just sitting at the bottom like, y'all look ridiculous. I'm staying down here. Like, what an amazing job. And this is not unfamiliar because they did beat them in, I believe, the champion side of bracket at winners, but they got reset and lost afterwards in the elimination bracket. So can they keep that going is the key here. One good way to make sure that you get the W, though, is to get the advantage side of the bracket. You don't have to get that reset. And the way that Himway looked was one thing, but Sire also woke up as the match went on, too. We saw really good clutch KOs coming in from Sire. And a big thing was whenever Himway was in trouble, we mentioned how Himway before was interrupting. Sire did a much better job interrupting as that went on, too.
And, I mean, just the very end of that match right there pretty much described the entire set, right? Like, if we look at the statistical analysis there, it literally came down to 22 points of damage total. I think that's less than a Sare. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty confident that is literally less than 1 Sare. That is how close it came down into the final moments of that matchup there. But you know what? I gotta say, I am really impressed right now with Himway and Sire. I mean, they looked so incredible. The team combos were on point. Himway was able to absolutely just burst in the most clutch scene possible when the moments counted. And I think that if they stay kind of locked in that flow state they're in right now, they could take it all the way, man.
They were playing like they're winning. Like they were playing like they're winning the whole thing. That's you can see the energy when it comes to like the team composition, the understanding of where your opponent's going to be, but also where like being able to be there for your teammate is. But then you see dominance, the way that you saw Himway was playing, the way Sire woke up. I think Reaper and Vortex are going to give him a lot of trouble. But this could be the time. This could be the time to get it. However, beyond that, we have semis now because we're going to move over to the other side. Tiger and Keith versus Jerry K and Tatat. This is what the upset that happened before. Jerry K and Tatat taking it over GTG and Dolan. This is a change-up of teams too, because we haven't seen Tiger and Keith actually team recently. And I'm curious to see how this goes because we haven't been able to see them line up. Keith usually a Jae-Yoon player, but we're not seeing that here off the start.
Yeah, it is kind of just like a giant party in the middle of the stage right now with a whole lot of different moves coming out. And I think it's showing that, you know, both these, oh, big decent right there. Hold the phone, nice confirming the KO. Oh, big end light right there too as well. But what I was saying was you could definitely see that the teams are definitely trying to feel each other out very, very early on here and kind of figure out, you know, okay, are they capable of doing very high-level combos or are they kind of more the 1v1 kind of setup on twos? But I'll tell you what, it definitely feels like Keith and Tiger found this download out pretty early.
Yeah, they're going for big hits quick, but they got answered really quick there as well. D-Light Sarah's going to take him off the side. You always have to watch out for the sneakiness of the opposing team too, because Jerry is definitely been here before, knows how to deal with the situation. However, can you deal with Tiger, who even though doesn't have the biggest success in doubles, when you're forced to take him on 1v1, very difficult in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, Tiger just did something incredible right there. It was a falling Sair, again, into a GC side sig. I mean, Tiger's connections on these signatures right now are, again, look at it, another D-sig. Tiger's strat is like, okay, any move I throw out, I'm doing a signature in the opposite way. It literally is like Tiger is a chameleon right now. Looking one eye to the left, one eye to the right, and it is literally showing with the most amazing combos I've seen thus far.
Everybody is a target for Tiger, including Keith. If you don't get anywhere near Tiger, he's been connecting on everything. The Sarah is going to miss on the side of trying to get the top there, but very unhealthy team across the board. We finally see one go down there. Can they take out the remainder? That's the biggest thing. Like, the blue team has done a good job on defense, but it looks like it's starting to crumble a little bit as it's going on, even though we just saw Tiger go down. Yeah,
well, it's pretty crazy too. If you look at the stocks here, I mean, this is neck and neck, and it has not felt neck and neck whatsoever right now. It's actually felt like a massive dominance over here from Team Tiger and Keith. But oh, big combo coming out there, nice D-Light into the Sair. Can Fataka from the KO. That was such a good GC by Keith. Oh my goodness. But unable to dodge that GC D-Light recovery to confirm the KO. And blue team takes the oh-so-slight advantage.
Yeah, Fataka. Oh, okay. Finally going to go down there off the side. Actually, never mind. Excuse me. That was Jerry. But what do you do now? What do you do about like dealing with Tiger? Because in this situation, Tiger with the hammer has been swinging like crazy. We talked about that before. I feel like Tiger is extremely scary. Keith has been playing straight up and boxing and doing a good job of kind of lining him up for Tiger.
Whoa!
Wait!
Whoa! Huge combos coming out. Swords flying everywhere. Look at that. N-Light into D-Light Sair. And just like that, Tiger has now entered the danger zone. And the Tots and Jerry are looking phenomenal in this bounce back. Look at the defense right there. Look at the defense. That is so, instead of going all the way off stage, actually stopping and saying, okay, wait, I could just hold this positioning, let my teammate come back. That opened up so many more opportunities.
Especially for as unhealthy as Sata is right now. You block them. The end lights were so smart. But now we got a double up, and that double up's going to lead to a KO. We see another one go off the top. Blue team walks away with the first game.
Wow.
That was well done.
Dude, plot twist. I mean, I feel like the replays tell the whole story. I think the difference of this entire match was just, true KO confirm options, right? We saw the red team relying to confirm these KOs with a ton of SIGs. We saw, the Taro SIGs come out. We saw a lot of the SIGs also connect with the Rayman too. But with the sword players on Atori and Val, it was literally just D-Light into Sair, D-Light into recovery, or even neutral into a true combo with their teammate, again with a D-Light Sair. So I think that's what's making the biggest difference so far for us.
Another thing that happened at the end was we were just talking about how Jerry did a great job of protecting the top when they were off stage, but when Tiger keeps getting put off stage, the speed of Rayman and the quickness of Rayman's options, because he had Axe, weren't as fast to get over there to protect Tiger. So they have to work. They just kind of work on positioning a little bit, because you're mentioning before when we were off stream, having the ability to control center stage, especially here on Shipwreck, you have to be able to do that against two combo-based characters like what they have on the blue team.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this double axe kind of combo that they're focusing on is doing wonders for them early on here. And Tiger, it kind of seems like the beast has been awoken.
Yeah, you would hope so. All right, Neutralize going to push him over, try to line him up for
Oh
my God, again, Tiger.
Dude, what?
It doesn't matter who it is, he's hitting everyone.
Another one. Dude, Tiger's ability to, like, hit these instant reactions, it's like Tiger just hears it. Tiger hears a noise and then immediately locks in and just makes a combo, no matter even if it's his teammate. Nice GC decent right there, confirms the KO. And wow, look at this. This is a totally different match.
Very, very different match right now, right? Like the 3 stocks apiece on the side of red team. Before we saw a very even game before, but the top all the way down on the last one, currently getting juggled up quite a bit. Is that going to be enough on the side there? Okay, we're going to finally see Tiger go down, and they take advantage of that too. It's not undoable. We've seen this situation a couple times so far today.
Yeah, I think the opportunity is definitely still there right now, especially because the blue team is so good at doing these combos, right? And in twos, if you can do full combo strings that are well calculated with your teammate, you can swing the tide of the match instantaneously. But something that we definitely need to see, we need to see the Tot find a way to stay alive, right? Because if I don't care who you are, you're in a 2v1 against a Rayman and a Teros, it's gonna be a tough night.
The blue team is very brave too for what they do, because like they've been holding forward. They are not afraid to back off, which maybe in that situation, not only should you have backed off if you were Jerry, but also if you were Keith. Keith keeps getting hit by Tiger because Tiger owns the whole stage.
Tiger's not. I'm saying, Tiger hears a noise. Tiger hears a noise, and Tiger just goes and pounces. Anytime there's a combo to be made, Tiger is doing it. Look at that. Out of nowhere, immediately turns around. D-Light's there. Wait, what's that? End-Light? Take a side sig. Big damage is coming out. But, this blue team still has an opportunity to make it back, but I think this one is just a little bit too late with too much of a damage output that, oh yeah, big end sig.
Oh yeah, sending him off stage, but the Jerry getting back on, trying his best to block the top.
Wait. If they get Keith, if they get Keith.
If they can line it up, recovery's not going to be enough off the top, but Tiger comes back down. You have to now be careful. You have to watch out for the stairs. Both of them are at stair range right now.
Oh, man. And look, you can tell Tiger is kind of in panic mode, like, please, no. Get off, Keith. Get off, Keith. Get off, Keith. Do not make this a 2v1. Big recovery's coming out. Okay,
there we go.
That was huge.
See, again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, Keith is kind of like the like the red light sensor. It's like, look, point yourself here for me, and I'm gonna follow you. Like that is the heat-seeking missile.
There's one. There's one.
I want to go back later, especially I want to see what the devs say on the dev stream.
Two.
There are so many times where Keith has been getting hit by Tiger.
Right there, team damage. Look. There you go. Look at that right there. 145.
Oh my God.
145.
38 compared to
damage.
145. See, so I'm not just seeing things. I like the switch here to Ulgrim because at least with the Lance, you can evade Tiger fast enough and get away from it. But also on the side of Keith, you get more, you're getting more stage control, because I feel like Keith wasn't able to dominate center as much as he would like because he was getting comboed too much by blue team. You were talking about their combo ability. With the Lance now, at least you can burst in while still having that same KO power that you're lining up before with the double axe.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Keith's going for. Keith's like, okay, I can just use a stare with Lance and just get out of the way. So that way
let me hit and go.
Have to worry.
This is the Tiger show.
But here we go, game number 3 against Tiger and Keith over here for the Tot, and Jerry on the opposing team as well. And again, just huge damage. And I think the most impressive thing thus far is Tiger really isn't laying off any of these signatures, and Tiger hasn't really had a reason to have to.
No. I mean, they haven't really been giving him a reason to. Like, there hasn't been massive punishes on them yet because they keep connecting like that. He keeps lining them up repeatedly. The blue team is trying their best to double up on Tiger as much as possible while separating, but now with the interruptions and like the way better ability of Keith so far,
Ooh.
it's looking a lot better. Good
Ooh.
team combo.
That was nice too, and that was with unarmed. You know,
Yeah.
you don't really see a lot of integrated unarmed combos like that. Oh, that was nice. D-Light recovery to confirm the KO. Okay though, blue team, you gotta get this KO. There you go, beautiful read. Nice sidelight into then the falling recovery to bait out the dodge and get the KO. So okay,
Simplicity is key. And you saw Jerry had it lined up
yeah.
too. If you did get away from that, Sarah's coming in or recovery's coming in from Hattori to close that out.
dude, Tiger's a menace. Like, literally, watch Tiger's positioning. And just when you least expect it, a signature's coming out. But it kind of seems like the blue team's starting to get a little bit more confident in oh, what a weapon throw.
Oh
no,
my
another
God.
Oh, weapon throw.
Oh, you're not making it back.
Okay.
All right, the dodge comes
Okay.
through at least from the tot. The tot trying to get around it,
Oh.
and Light's not going to connect. Can he close it out? That was so good.
Get off
from
the
tot.
stage!
How did you even get that? Tiger was standing right there on the ledge, and you still found a way around that.
Yeah, that was. You know what? I think that was personal for the tot. I think the tot said, "Look, I'm gonna find a way to get this KO. Tiger's not saving you this time. No way, no how." But again, look, I mean, even with that clear, very early stock KO, I mean, Tiger and Keith are just still in a massive lead.
Yeah, they it's a doable lead if they could get rid of Tiger. But the thing is, Tiger is always going to be swinging.
Yep.
We've kind of established that at this point. So you need to wait for Tiger to swing first, punish later. But they have been able to, because look at like every time he swings, Jerry's a little bit too far to punish.
Oh no! Wait, Tiger overextended off the edge. They're looking for it. Oh, and Keith did such a good job with the double dares right there to build up a ton of damage. Even, GC Ensing? Excuse me?
What a punish on Lance recovery.
Wow.
Like, get down there. Sarah coming through on the side of Jerry, but the ground pound's going to send them back to the right. Weapon toss can at least keep them separated, but this is a big opportunity here for blue team.
Yeah, they have to get Keith. I mean, this is, you get Keith now or there's no way. There's no way it's going to work out. Huge combo right there, though. Blue team still looking for a little bit of one-on-one action over there on that left and right side, too. And Keith being absolutely unstoppable right now, holding on to this stock, but there it finally goes. The 2v1 begins, and the combos come out. This is what we talked about. They
didn't close it out, but the recovery does take it off the top. So, danger averted? Because I don't think anybody look. I feel like it'd be more dangerous for Primal Fury Tiger in a 2v1 situation by himself. It's like, hey, I don't have to worry about hitting my teammate now. But like that was so good because Tiger had the 2 stock up, but he was able. They were able to get rid of that, and then after they got rid of him, they got enough damage on to Keith that it mattered. So you couldn't just leave Keith alone anymore, and it worked. Really good team composure for the blue team.
Yep. Something that's a little bit dangerous, though, as we head into this next match, is that the blue team, I mean, would you agree the blue team barely won that?
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, barely, 100%.
Well, now would you believe if I told you the blue team did 240 more damage than the red team?
I think it's entirely based off the fact that they have had a lot of good straight hit combos, but they haven't been able to line up KOs. Because when you look at the side of the red team, most of these KOs are coming off of big, sick plays and off-stage plays. They had a couple of really good edge guards in that last game.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I could not stop. They were taking Keith for a ride. Keith was flying high. It was nonstop recoveries. And all right, Keith's bouncing back. Keith's like, stop it. I don't want to be in the air anymore. I know I have a rocket lance, but let me stay grounded. No! Oh, a little bit of revenge right there. Oh, and a nice S-light into a side sig. Confirms the first KO right there, taking down Keith. Oh,
Both of them gaining a lot of flyer miles in that, man. Like, Keith was getting jumped a bunch, but so was Tiger. Tiger took a lot of damage. Luckily, at least for them, they have the blue team solidly in the red, but Tiger's going to one more mistake here.
Yeah, and okay. You know what? I was just about to say this blue team's... Oh, right there, right there. That was it. Okay, nice little comeback right there, but still makes it now extremely even. That was actually a tremendous play by Keith to confirm the KO there after Tiger ended up, losing their dodge. But something that I'm a little nervous for, actually, for Tiger here over on this elimination side, right, is that Tiger's not hitting a lot of the SIGs. And that was a massive, massive part of the success in the last match and in the first one they were able to get.
Yeah, kudos to the blue team for saying, yo, bro, chill. Like, it just back off. Like, when you're staring down, like, the combo ability, we've said it a couple times now, but when you have Hattori and Val staring at you, when you have end lag, that's a party. So they have been taking way more advantage of that as this has been going on, and they close out another stock off the top in what could be the beginning steps to eliminating Tiger and Keith from bracket.
Yeah, and we are now at 4 stocks to 3 stocks. I love that analysis, Ajax, because, you know, you're spot on with it, right? And again, I mean, look at this. Right now, we're seeing Jerry, you know, a dark red. With you know, 2 characters, Olgrim and Teros, that actually can get KOs extremely early. So the blue team is finding ways to stay alive much longer here, and they're also finding ways to confirm these KOs. It's looking like an absolute perfect position for them to strike.
That was so good, the way that they just held their ground, even though they had Keith off the side. They're hovering near each other. So no matter what, when the big swings come in, they don't get capitalized on. But this is an opportunity, and the top runs away as quickly as possible, dips below the stage, avoids everything, and the recovery comes through.
Wow.
So that, immaculate.
I think that was the funniest thing I've seen the whole tournament. The Tot looks at the Teros, says, nope. It just hauls the other way.
Look, Teros is one thing, Tiger is another. Like, nobody at all on the screen is safe from Tiger, so you have to run. But Tiger looking for the end lights, just trying to find it, misses out on the Sair, somehow still alive. All right, finally recovery's gonna close it out.
Okay, this is huge right now. Tiger and Keith, look how aggro they're gonna go. They know that they have to find a way to kind of get this damage output a little bit back here. Now, Hattori is a low defense legend. So, that was huge, big narrative recovery. Can Tiger and Keith keep their tournament hopes alive and force a game 5? Or is it all coming to curtains now? Oh, Ajax, it is so hard for me to look away.
Jerry's fighting for his life over on the right-hand side and loses it. This is gonna go down to the top to try and keep this from going to game 5. Double hit. Can you close out at least one of these two? They're both in the red. Misses out though, and that's gonna be
what a reaction! What?
What an answer!
What? The Tot, don't do it to him! Don't do it to him, the Tot!
One more D-line recovery. That's probably taken out. But if you whiff directly in front of Tiger,
he missed it! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, Tiger is so close. He's looking for a D-light Sair. Any mistake right now, or if the Tot is jumping around.
That's it! Oh, that's it!
God,
that's
what an incredible closeout!
The Tot! The Tot and Jerry, you're moving on! I can't believe it! I can't believe it!
What an amazing composure level the Tot had at the end there. 2v1 against Tiger and Keith. Teros and Olgrim was able to hit both of them off stage, caught Keith slipping, getting and reacting with the GCD light recovery at the high end of the stage. I definitely want to see that again. And then the ability to stay calm, because any mistake, any big attempt at an NSIG, any big attempt at trying to read too hard, that's Teros in your face. And it didn't happen. I expected us to see a game 5. I definitely thought that was going game 5 the way that was looking. But we don't, because we just saw one of the best 2v1 comebacks we've seen all night. That is a tone setter going into the next match, because I don't think I'm comfortable seeing that if I'm Reaper and Vortex right now.
Dude, I mean, it's insane. I don't know the other words to put it, but I will tell you this. I am a massive fan now of the Tot and Jerry. And the reason why is when we saw back forward here, I'm gonna move to the side a little bit here. You see all these PRs.
Right as they switched to, that was perfect.
All these PRs in the screen.
The current one of these doesn't have a number here. There's nothing there.
The who? The huh? The huh? No, the Tot is ready to rock. And the Tot showing off the clutch gene. I love it. And I am all here for the underdog story. The Tot and Jerry are staying alive in this tournament. Keith and Tiger, their elimination run has come to an end. And all right, I guess let's just talk about this right now.
Yeah.
We got the Tot and Jerry going against Reaper and Vortex. I mean, that's different.
This isn't what we expected to see, but I love when we see things that are different, because when that happens, that means we get even more excitement, new storylines. We've seen a lot of this with Godly taking over kind of over in EU. Hasn't been able to get that same success when it comes to doubles yet, but you like seeing the new story. The Tot obviously hasn't been able to show that same level of success, but it's still nice to see when someone showed up. And that clutch, that 2v1, that is a very difficult situation to win.
What?
And he won beautifully. Like, it looked like he was in complete control the whole time when he knocked him off stage, regardless of the fact that one mistake in front of the two of them, that was it.
I'm ready to jump through the ceiling. I'm going to be honest.
I was
everybody
bouncing
here.
up and down the whole time during that.
Me and Ajax literally lose.
I was scared I was going to actually break the desk. I was jumping around so much. But, like, that it's awesome. It's awesome when you see these change-ups, when you see new things happening here. Now, it looks like that's not what we were seeing before either. So we might be wait, are we going to see, is this going to be a complete mirror?
It's a switch up. It's a little bit of a switch up.
It's going to be a complete mirror.
Yeah, it is. So
we're going to see.
Yeah, y'all can't see it here, but when we're about to go into in this match, this absolute hypeness, I love this because I would say, in any fighting game ever, right, when the Ditto comes out, right, and when you have someone, using the exact same legend as you, it's a little personal.
There's some pride in there. There's some pride in there.
But as y'all see right here, we have Akuma, which is the crossover for Val, Hattori, and then Val as well. So it's literally a full-on mirror match as we dive into the elimination final best of 5 matchup right here, right now. Here we go. Ajax, hit me. What's your prediction?
My prediction is they're gonna scrap a lot because we're seeing them box. We're seeing them box so much that they're messing with the UI.
It's going crazy. There's so much hype right now.
They're fighting.
I love it. And, everything's going
prediction-wise, obviously Reaper and Vortex have the history. They have been here before. They did start off in the championship side of the bracket too before they got knocked down with what was it again? I believe it was Jala and Barraza.
Yep.
So they switched it up as it went on, as it was getting more stressful. This time they're starting it off with the mirror, maybe as anything you could do, I could do better. But after what we just saw a second ago, they got some stuff to prove here because it's a very even game.
Yeah, I like this, and we're definitely kind of seeing a lot of confidence coming out of Thatat and the Jerry right now, right? Like they're not afraid to go for these combos. They're not afraid to take risk right now. And it's definitely showing, hence in why they're at a bit of a advantage here. But also, I really feel like Vortex and Reaper are not in control.
No.
In Vortex and Reaper, I mean, that's their thing. Like, they have to be in control the entire time.
I think that control came as the games went on in the previous match as well. They weren't really able to establish their ability to play the game until later. Vortex didn't wake up until like game number 3. And so that might happen here again. But so far, this is super even. And every time there's been a hit, we've seen that. D-Light's into immediate punish. We've seen a lot of very quick answers after somebody's committed. Right now, we're just seeing a lot of
I don't even know what's happening. I mean, there's a nice weapon throw to confirm the KO. But Vortex wants that N-Sync so bad. Nice D-Light into Dare right there. Maybe another N-Sync? At this point, I mean, I would not be surprised.
I mean,
look at that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so far, Vortex has been able to hit a bunch of them. That's going to be D-Light in recovery, though. We're going to see the KO off the top. And meanwhile, I didn't even realize that Reaper was at the bottom of the screen. So Reaper also having some fun all alone down there. But Vortex is doing an amazing job as the match has gone on and holding on to the stocks.
Oh, no. Reaper takes such an early KO, literally at just a vanilla bean color of health right there. And now it is 3 stocks to 1 stocks. And the Tots, I mean, we saw the Tot do this last. Oh, no, this might be it, though.
See,
that's it.
Yeah, before it was a situation of 2 stocks left, both in the red.
Yep.
But in that one, not as easy. Because even if you were able to get enough damage on and take out Reaper, Vortex was playing like the ace that we saw at the end of the previous set, even though they lost. So the fact that Vortex has woken up is not a good time for anybody, and it looked really good. Oh, hey, hello. It looked really good in this follow-up match as well. So I'm very curious. Like, we've been seeing nothing but runbacks to Shipwreck.
True.
Pretty much every time.
True.
Do we finally see a change of scenery?
I mean, at this point, honestly, I really wouldn't because that match was extremely even. It just didn't appear that way at the end, and that was because Jerry lost that full stock on that very last stock with no damage onto it, right? So I feel like, yes, okay, look, we're heading back to Shipwreck. I feel like, the Tot and the Jerry, are in a very good spot still, and they can definitely pull out a win here. But we are seeing the Legend switch up over with Poe from Kung Fu Panda. That is the Wu Shang crossover. And I like that. I definitely like that because they've had a lot of success in the gauntlets.
Yeah, and this is the first time we're seeing like a switch up coming in, but it still makes sense because maybe wasn't really feeling the sword matchup the way that they were feeling in the previous set.
And this is just, I mean, they have a huge opportunity now for even more combos, right? Like, you have sword going into spear, you have sword going into gauntlets, you have spear going into gauntlets, right? So there's just a whole lot of different avenues now, and especially with the signature kit of both these legends, I think they're definitely going to be able to pull off a lot early of KOs, which is what they struggle with in game number 1.
Yeah, and tempo needs to be set right now. Can you get the double KO? Can you close it out? But
my word. That's crazy they both made it
That
back.
was so ridiculous because even after what looked like an opportunity for Reaper to come through, he got out by himself, but Vortex went right back to the ledge to make sure to cover it with recovery there. And we see the blue team actually give up the stock first.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. And yeah, wow, just like that. Look at that. Vortex is doing such a good job at confirming these KOs on the gauntlets. I mean, we're seeing GCD lights. We're seeing Nairs rotating to recoveries. Vortex is showing such a phenomenal expertise of that weapon and is putting on a clinic. Oh, Reaper, no! Reaper, no. Okay. Reaper lost the stock there. Didn't have to, but I get it.
It may be Springs, but it's looking like Christmas because that was a whole gift because that just gave them a free 2v1 combo to get the damage perfectly even.
Yeah, they're definitely, but again, I mean, look at this right now. Swords flying left and right. The Todd is taking so much damage. GCD light recovery comes out, and again, I mean, there's so much sword going on. I'm not gonna lie. All I hear is
and amazing coverage from Vortex again. Vortex keeps getting in the way so they can't get rid of Reaper. Every time Reaper's deep off stage, this shows the history between the two. Whenever one is in trouble, the other one covers immediately. They've been able to hold on to stocks a lot longer than others would have in that same situation.
Do you think they're best friends, IRL?
I mean, maybe. When you play with each other this much, you get a bit of competitive rivalry, but you usually become pretty close with how much money you make, because this is that work that they normally put in. This is another day at the office as we see him trying to close it out off the top. The time. It's going to get ground pounded coming in, and that should not be a wall touch. Again, another day at the office. You make pretty good friends when you're regularly cashing in these doubles paychecks.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And, you know, they have a lot of gold medals for a reason. But the Jerry not going down without a fight. Quick reminder, it is best of 5, so no matter what happens after this, there is another opportunity. Nice side take and a ground pound.
Wait a minute.
Okay, the story of Poe.
Wait,
the legend? Is it happening?
It could be.
Is it happening?
I mean, you never know. Nobody's going to try and go. Look, nobody's going to fall for that nair. Get back on stage. If somebody goes out there and embraces that hug, I would crack up.
I think they're going to go for it. I think they want it. Look. Dude, yeah, they want it. They're going off the edge.
Bro, dude, the jury's literally out there saying, "Where my hug at?" Like just like come here. But no, but you have to. You have to be super careful in this situation. But Jerry taking a lot of damage right now.
What a sword throw from Vortex, hitting Reaper right there. I mean, Jerry is just chilling on that edge, and I mean for good reason. The damage output's coming instead. Oh no.
All right, weapon toss down. Yeah, the resources are gone. And that's, all right, simplicity was key in that one. You know what Jerry wanted. He made it very apparent to you what he wanted, so you don't give it to him. And originally we saw Reaper kind of holding ledge. Anytime you poked above too quickly, neutral lights get off. I'm going to keep pushing you off. But once you get enough health lost and the knockback from like any of my stray hits sends you far enough, weapon tosses will get it done. And that was a good job of not overextending in a situation where you didn't need to, because some people would have. What a damage difference though between the two. 1224 to 762.
Okay, and I love.
Oops.
I love that there is a full legend swap, because when you basically almost get your damage entirely doubled, something has to change, and it needs to change drastically. So here we go. We have the Jerry now on game number 3 for Sidra, and the Tot on the Rayman. We've seen a lot of success with Rayman so far in this tournament, so I'm really not surprised about that. But the Sidra pick, that one's taking me a little bit by surprise.
I mean, usually when you see Sidra come out, the game plan is light them up. As soon as you get as soon as you see a big play come in from a ground pound, from a side light, run as quickly as you can, because they're looking to take you off the side of the stage. And I think that's what Jerry's kind of revealing here. It's like, look, I want more damage output. But currently, Jerry, And the Tot still getting juggled quite a bit.
Oh no! Down goes the Tot. And Jerry with a very good start here, trying to find a win. Oh, I don't even know how Jerry did not hit that right there. Jerry almost makes it back. Ground pound goes, confirms the KO. And oh no, Jerry is now already in orange. Nice KO confirmed with the
Good
save.
defense there from Reaper,
Yep,
but
okay.
unfortunately did not get the wall touch. But that defense from Reaper allowed almost the wall touch. However, Reaper loses the stock immediately after that. Blue team keeps themselves very close. Wait!
I don't think I've ever been more like.
I wanted to see it.
Oh,
Like, that was such a tease to a big play and then immediately got stopped for the troubles. And now the blue team looking at what could be potential elimination for the bracket because the red team now has a very good lead after that.
Yeah, I mean that was it, right? Like if you're gonna come back, that you have to hit those, especially against the best team arguably in this entire tournament, right? I mean the monsters. They're literally the monsters of the entire scene for SEA. Oh, it's tough.
I still will keep one thing in mind.
Ooh.
The Tot had an insane 2v1 return the last time. Good composure. So if you are a fan, you want to see the upset, keep the belief strong momentarily.
Oh, and just like that, the Jerry did not confirm the KO true on the combo with the D-Light Nair, and because of that, it did result into Tot losing the stock. So we're at 4 stocks to 2 stocks here. The Jerry in a very dangerous situation here. But again, we've seen these crazy combos come out with that cannon. We just haven't seen the full execution of. Oh no. And laying a side sig.
Yeah, even though that didn't KO there, that kind of spell in defeat momentarily. That Jerry cannot make a single mistake from this point forward.
Ooh.
And we see, all right, Reaper finally loses a stock. Can they get rid of Vortex's stock? Is the key factor here.
Come on, nice recovery right there. Still not enough. Wow, high ceilings right there. Oh, but the Nair does. The Nair does. And okay, go crazy. They gotta go crazy right here.
Yeah,
they gotta go crazy.
This is go stupid, go crazy, go off stage, try to take on. All right. Well, now it's on the side of the Tot to do it one more time. Just avoids getting hit by the D-Light.
The Tot.
Get back to stage. Oh wait. The recovery coming through from Reaper to stop that. If Reaper does not get down there and get through on that, we might have seen a 1v1.
The Tot, who are you? I need your superpowers. This clutch gene that comes in is nothing short of spectacular, but sending a nice blessing to the sky as we see our fallen underdog leave this tournament in a blaze of glory. Down goes the Tot and Cherry with a fantastic showing in this matchup, and Vortex and Reaper with some phenomenal game plans we're seeing in these highlights. Ajax, how you feeling about the replay?
I can't get over that last one right there because you see me. I started cracking up so much. Like after all of the play from the Tot, right? Almost having a bunch of missing out on a great edge guard. Really explosive gameplay throughout the entire thing. Multiple big sig confirms. And then at the very end, Akuma goes out there. I need the camera to switch to me at some point, whatever it gets to. It's like literally Akuma just goes out there, looks at him and goes, just the lightest unarmed stare. It's like, stupid. Like, just get off my stage was so funny as a way to close that out. But still, incredible job from Reaper Vortex. I mean, like we said before, the PR number 1, the team to beat here today was able to clutch it out, able to shut it down. You don't get to this point without being super consistent in first place and dealing with that. The Tot had some really good moments, but it wasn't enough at the end. They were able to separate Jerry quite a bit, and with that separation led to a lot of 2v1s that just couldn't handle anymore.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see where the rest of this season is going to take the Tot and Jerry.
Yeah,
I absolutely loved what I saw from them in this matchup, as well as so many other players throughout this tournament thus far. But that is in fact going to end their run on the elimination side of the bracket, and I think it's time. I think it's time for our grand finale.
It's Grand's time. Ooh. It is time for Southeast Asia to go to Grands for Spring Championship. Who walks away with Spring Championship? Remember, this is the final chance you have to get those points up a little bit higher. Granted, these two teams have definitely they have a pretty comfortable spot in that regard going into midseason. But if you are on the side of Tiger and Keith, getting pushed into 4th might change things up a little bit. And for the side of Jerry and the Tot, they did an incredible showing.
True.
Might be something we got to pay attention to down the stretch. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised to see them making a really good run for it in BCX with what we just saw there.
True.
But it is the first showing we see of them. Well, we're going to see grand finals begin. It is time for spring championships and the run back after that previous set we saw in the beginning. Who do you think comes out on top here? Because I feel like Reaper and Vortex have woken up quite a bit. I feel like they have a pretty good shot to get the reset at minimum.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, you're spot on with that analysis, right? Like Himway. Well, I don't know.
Actually,
I take it back.
Himway is driving accurate to Florida here in Miami Dome. He is running through everyone.
Well, I mean, yeah, Himway, I was going to say, I think Vortex Reaper could definitely come back, but if Himway does what Himway did last time in the Lance and is now doing already in the beginning of this matchup, it is going to be extremely difficult for anybody to be able to beat this team. Nice there, right there. And, you know, for everything I'm loving here is let's just, you know, pay a little bit of respects to Macho Man. You know, fantastic crossover. Huge nair into the recovery against the Barbara. Brick crossover to confirm the KO. And just like that, Himway and Sire are in the lead.
All right, game emergency meeting amongst the red team. Our go-to plan is eliminate Himway because he is unstoppable. Between the previous set and this one already has been the biggest issue so far.
Yeah, and Himway, I mean, Himway is just holding onto the stock so well, dodging all the KO confirm options that Reaper and Vortex are looking for. And I mean, this is kind of like night and day, right? Like we saw Reaper and Vortex, you know, very comfortable, able to have center stage the entire matchup in their most previous game we just casted, right? But now here, I mean, this is different. Look at Himway. You're going to notice Himway is going to live in the middle of that stage. And anytime a little two-piece combo comes out, Himway is going to rotate right back to the middle.
Yep, controlling center of Miami Dome is already one thing, but controlling the entire game is another. Finally takes a KO there on the side of getting punched in the side of the head. But after all that, you're still behind whole stocks here. Not even just the Himway, but on Sire's defense as well.
Dude, Himway and Sire, I mean, they're... Oh, nice! Nice follow-up with the GC N-Sig right there. Sire trying to follow up with the D-Sig to confirm the KO. Still not enough. But again, Ajax, just the chemistry of this blue team right now. Oh, my goodness!
Oh, weapon toss follow-up just misses out.
No way.
Just looking like Himway was looking for a dodge to then go for the ground pound, but never got it on the side of Reaper. But Reaper leaving the building very quickly. Vortex is stuck in a 2v1. It's possible to get rid of Himway, but still completely unhealthy. Good luck trying to get rid of him because he's waiting out there on the side of the stage for you to exit stage left. Okay, look here, Rain. I am an eternal optimist, right? I like to believe in people. I like to believe there is chances. I like to believe that there's ways to come back and make things happen. However, I have no clue as to how they're going to stop this extremely confident Himway, because we saw in the previous set too, the emotes were coming out, and they were looking confident then. They're looking like they are ready to finally get that first that has been so elusive of them so far.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, there's a lot of, you know, internal feelings involved in this matchup, right? And that always happens in 2v2s, especially when it's the 1 and 2 PR going against the 3 and 4 PR, right? It's the two best teams in the entire region. So something else I want to point out here is that when you look at the damage output for both teams, I mean, it is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. The team signature usage. And it was over 9% in favor of the blue team in that aspect. And, you know, that may not seem like a lot, right? But when you put it in perspective, okay, 10 SIGs are coming out. Well, that's one extra SIG that your team is able to hit, which is going to definitely confirm a KO if you're an Ulgrim or a Rayman.
Exactly. The KO power is going to net you those stocks, but also if you are the one missing them more often, that's more free whiff punishes on the side of two characters hunting you down. Where we're seeing the switch now coming in with the Taros and the Ulgrim, meeting them at their meeting them in the lineup too, and already a stock. Himway goes down very early compared to what we've seen lately.
Yeah, and I like it. Reaper is definitely giving Himway a bit of a taste of their own medicine in this aspect now.
I think Reaper's done.
Yeah. You can tell when a player's playing a little bit angry. You can tell there's a lot of there's a lot of extra thrust going into those Lance attacks right now.
Hey, sometimes that like anger, it gives you that extra boost because you're like, no, I refuse to go down. I am doing it here. You're gonna go down. No, you're gonna go all the way down to the bottom of the blast zone. Let me guide you there real quick. Let me hold your hand and walk you down here, old man. This is a completely different already started things. A completely different game started things off here.
Bro, like Himway's at 1 stock. What?
Again, the emergency meeting was
You're right.
body Himway.
Yeah,
that guy gotta go.
It's working out. It's working out extremely well. I mean, blue team's still in a decent position here by the damage output they're currently getting on Vortex, but I mean, there's zero stage control from blue team comparable to what we saw last time, and I mean, honestly, you're hearing me like fumble on my words right now because I'm not believing what I'm seeing, AJ.
Also, there was a whole lot of whiffs there, so there was not much to talk about. But Sire's waking up a little bit more because from what we saw in that exchange, Sire wasn't able to separate them from Himway. Sire has to show that he can separate them because if he can't, they're gonna get free 2v1s without fear. If the Rayman's not stopping you, then okay, we're gonna continue to jump Himway.
And I think that tactic has worked so well. But now, okay, this is it right now. These next 4 seconds right here, Himway has to find a way to stay survive while Sire is able to get back into this matchup with a weapon. Himway still floating around, able to finally make it back on stage. Sire gets the weapon, and okay, neutral begins, and the blue team has an opportunity, but the dare comes out, and now it is a 2v1.
Yeah, it's a very difficult situation right now, stuck between Olgrim and Teros. You cannot, pretty much everything Rayman does is asking to get hit after. Oh, the recovery's not enough off the top. That would have been so big for Sire.
Dude, I can't believe that did not get from the KO.
Same. I definitely, that was so high up too.
Oh, Sire's getting a little wild. I like it. You got to mix things up. But at the same time, you're 2v1. You know, you got to keep them guessing, but you can't take too many risks here because the moment that team combo comes out, it can absolutely eliminate you instantaneously. But Sire, okay.
I feel like Sire in his heart really wants to throw those gauntlets to get the access as quickly as possible,
man.
but it's going to be so difficult to do that. You don't want to give up weapon right now. I mean, you have him in range to find the deal at recovery, but stop Sare. Is that going to be enough? They're going to put a lot of hitboxes out there. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get in, even with the Sare coming in from the gauntlets. That game 1 didn't even look like it happened.
Yeah, true.
I'm sitting there talking about how him and Sire about to win this whole thing, and then Taro showed up. So
True. I'll tell you what, though, man. Like, Vortex and Reaper, you know, you see kind of the end of this matchup, a lot of these KO confirms here. But at the very end, you saw the health bar. I mean, they were both dark red, 1 stock. And at one point, it was 5 stocks to 3 stocks with Himway at 1 stock total.
Yep.
Right? And you look at the damage difference right there. I mean,
not far
literally off. Only 94 damage difference. So, like, Himway and Sire, for having an extremely rough start initially in that matchup, were able to bounce back very, very, very quickly. And I think in Game 3, I honestly, I'm giving the edge to Himway and Sire still.
We saw in Australia, it went the distance. Game 1, I didn't have confidence it might. Game 2, I think we might see this go the distance.
True.
I think that Reaper and Vortex have found the answer. Himway has got to answer back, and he's answering back already.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, look at this, right? Like, Himway's very, very good at figuring players out. Like, right? Like, okay, Himway was like last match. So, all right, they're switching everything up. We're getting a full new character pool from them. All right, they're dominating me in the very beginning. But then towards the end of that match, that last stock, Himway figured it out. And Himway is picking right where they left off. And, I mean, this is kind of crazy. It's kind of like a little bit of a teeter-totter between both teams so far.
Yeah, and finally getting caught for being in the midst of all that. Sire was doing a really good job of avoiding most of those aerials, but finally got caught slipping with a Sare because both of them were on top of you. You were going to get hit eventually, but Himway's back to what we saw before, holding on to this first stock pretty decently.
Yeah, and they're definitely looking for the 2v1 opportunity to open up right now. It's like, watch this. Watch Vortex on the right side. They're going to look for the KO confirm option.
They just missed on Reaper.
Initially. That was crazy, too. Yep, so here we go. Now they're going to go for this right here. They're going to take a little bit of time before they confirm it. Wait for Vortex to come back. Now, look at it. Now they're going to go super aggro. They're going to try to get the KO initially to then force the 2v1 against Vortex in this last stock.
Bro, if they get rid of Reaper right now, how do they come back? Like, Himway still
that's
deep
true.
into red, finally loses the stock, but it
Right
took
here.
a long time. You have to take advantage, and Sire did not let you get that opportunity.
Oh, nice there. Oh, no, missed the grab pound and the punish.
That's really
Reaper.
big. That's really big. Getting Sire for going off stage and Reaper taking him out deep into red like that.
Oh,
Okay.
Vortex.
Vortex has got to be so careful right now, sitting on one, and it's going to be Reaper who finally goes down. Vortex is doing everything he can to run, but he can't find an answer down. He finally touches the ground.
Oh, that's going to do it. Nice, Sarah confirms KO. All right, 3 stocks to 1 stock, but now Reaper is in the 2v1 situation. I want a little bit of opportunity to finally start seeing a bit more team combos. You don't really see a lot between Lance and Gauntlets, but I think if anyone can do it, definitely Himway and Sire are going to be the combo to do it.
Sire has been trying to line up to punish after the Nair, but keeps getting caught by the Nair, just misspacing a little bit.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Emotes. The emotes are coming out.
Oh my God.
The emotes are coming out.
They did it before, and they're doing it again.
Look at it. The emotes are coming out. Oh, look at them. The emotes are coming out. And wow, I mean, okay, you're up 2-1.
They hit him with the esports pose, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They hit him like every single person who gets asked to take that photography picture before top 8 begins, same pose, arms crossed, looking to the side, making sure you have the angle right on the side so they can't see your full cheek. And yeah, so what is the answer in this situation? The answer seems to be going back to the Bryn and the Val. It worked for them, kind of. But is it going to be enough here, Rain, to stop this and prevent them from losing here in Springs?
Yeah, this is how this is going to go. Either Himway and Sire are going to absolutely dominate. I'm talking dominate this match. Or Vortex and Reaper are going to be able to dominate because they're going to focus. Watch Vortex, exactly. Vortex is going to focus their entire input on keeping Himway off the Lance. And with Gauntlets, you're able to maintain control, especially against Lance, very well because of the spacing and the capitalization by using Nairs. Notice how Vortex not— oh, nice side sync, what? Forget everything I said. Weapon throw.
Toss up, yeah. Good luck getting— oh, he actually did get back on, my goodness.
Dude, Lance is— so many people are yelling about Lance right now.
How did he do that? Well, look, he got knocked out right after. It was an edge guard with extra steps. He went down.
True. So, all right, Vortex and Reaper in a strong position right now to build up a great lead, but Himway and Sire looking to confirm these KOs quickly here against the two. But again, look at this. Vortex, I think the key— all right, key to victory. Nice recovery right there to confirm the KO. Key to nice, another recovery to confirm the KO. The key to victory is Vortex on Gauntlets. You keep Vortex on Gauntlets, they can 100% win this.
I like how every time you were trying to say it, Blue Team was like, what's the key to victory, bro? What's the key to victory? Hold on. We're going to shut down your whole key to victory because we're just going to juggle them like crazy. Sire's juggle game, for that matter, has gotten a lot better. Like, Sire is getting a lot of straight hits and usually has lined up for the Sair to come through for Himway to close it out.
Sire! You dirty dog! I cannot believe— oh, do it again!
Oh my God.
Sire,
thank you for making me look like a genius for a second.
Wow.
Already closing it out now.
Oh,
wait!
no! Oh, no! Could this be it?
Reaper and Vortex dreams are coming to a potential close. Blue Team is in the red. They can make it come back, but they have to make it happen right now.
And again, folks, this is best of 5 grand finals, and Sire and Himway, they're on the championship side. They have not lost.
Okay, all right. Damage mitigation happened. They shut it down. Vortex has taken a decent amount of damage, but he hasn't gotten hit as much since that previous situation. They're coming through, getting him out of that. Sire trying to catch him over on the side with the sidelight, but he's running away. Vortex is running away as much as he can.
Vortex has to run fast and far and never look. Kind of what we saw, you know, the other player do early on. That was with Jerry. No, but the recovery comes out. This could be a 2v1 situation. We've only seen one player pull off the 2v1 comeback thus far in this tournament, and it doesn't look like it's going to be
on the side of PR1 for doubles right now to take it. Coming out here trying to find the GCD light up the top, but the side air is going to close it out, and it is going to be Himway and Sire taking it as your 2v2 spring champions.
They did it, Ajax. They
amazing.
Did it.
Absolutely amazing.
Did it. They did it. They did it. They did it. They finally did it. I love it. I'm so happy to see this. Himway and Sire, phenomenal performance. And I got to say it, man. Sire, the whole time I was like, Hemway, MVP, right? But let's think of the right terminology. The courage from Sire to just mix things up nonstop, unarmed, and get these super sneaky, tricky early KOs. Honestly, I really think that's what made the difference in that set. Because when we will go back and look at everything that we saw there were 2 KOs that happened that were basically, you'd see Vortex or Reaper at like light orange health or lower. And that may seem like, oh, whoa, no, they could have got KO'd. No, you saw how good these players are. They can look at Hemway. Hemway was chilling in the dark, chilly health for the majority of the games that we saw play. So ultimately, Sire and Hemway both pulling their weight and absolutely showing us a spectacular performance in a wonderful way to end our first night here for Spring Championship.
Man, and that dark chili health, he was playing hot. Like, it's spicy. Everything that he did worked. That we saw, like, incredible offstage play. Simplicity was also the key factor of making sure to always confirm off of Sire. Sire, even though Sire wasn't doing incredibly large plays, it was setting up for your teammate. As long as your teammate is closing out the KOs, that's what matters. You don't always have to be the greedy one to go out and try and get the big plays. It's pretty easy to want to get into that mode. But then at the end, Sire said, wait, I can do this too. I got plenty of KO power. You're talking about the incredible edge guards, the ability to turn it up at the last second, and even with the fact that BCX champs, winter champs, they lost to them twice. Not today. They shut it down. They finally got one to mark off on the checkbook. They were able to get a number one attached to their name. That feels good. You already know that they're definitely going to be fought to that. That had to be a pop-off at home when that happened for sure. But what an incredible set. What an incredible way to close things out. And what an incredible way to lead into tomorrow, because if you had a blast today, they are going to have an absolute blast watching South America and EU tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, South America and EU, full of obviously some of the best players in the entire world. If you loved Lance and what you saw with Hemway, Wesley on South America is someone who also plays Macho Man. It is going to be another phenomenal Lance player that you're going to get to check out tomorrow too. But it has been an absolute pleasure on behalf of all of us here to bring this phenomenal broadcast to you here today. For all these spectacular players over in Australia as well as Southeast Asia, we appreciate y'all, and it has been electric. My name is Rain Raps, and this is Ajax, and we will see y'all tomorrow.